across the world. We are the largest mass movement of its kind anywhere on the face of this very planet. We have so much to be thankful for, and we have so much to be proud of. We did not accomplish it through any might nor power that we possess. Everything became possible because the Most High is in front of us, behind us, to the right and to the left. And he has given instructions to his angels to ensure that Biafra comes in our time, to guard and to shepherd this very movement towards its ultimate glory, which is the restoration of Biafra. My name is Nnamdi Kanu from Isiama Faruku in Ibeku in the old Bende division in the blessed land of Biafra. I tell you where I come from, and I give you my name in full. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this entire planet Earth. At the pinnacle of the centrality of our command and control system. The finest of its kind anywhere in the whole world. I am also the director of radio, Biafra and Biafra television, but above all, and most critically, by the very special grace of the Most High, Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. And as I welcome you this evening, morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you're listening to us from, I will encourage you to welcome those who are around you. I know that Enugu is live as we speak. I know that a lot of people are now hearing us more than ever before. I also know we have accomplished nearly 70% coverage of Biafra land in terms of our FM dial. Most of you are listening via Radio Biafra app. Some of you have joined us via tuning, some on Simple Radio, some on Radio Garden. Some of you are listening via satellite. Some of you are listening via YouTube. But I know that a significant and a sizable number of you are on my Facebook page listening to this very broadcast this very evening. If you don't have your pen and paper with you, then you're missing quite a lot. Because when our prophecies come to pass, how would you know what we said and when we said it? If you don't have your pen and your paper ready. And of course, Alamajri, do not forget, as always, your slate and your chalk. Very, very important. I would even go as far as suggesting that this is even far more better than the nomadic education that they are subjected to, or should I say that some of them abandoned after Jonathan left office. We must pray, we must hand over these very proceedings this evening to the Almighty Creator in heaven, the owner of IPOB, the creator of the land of Biafra. Biafra land was not created by the British. The zoo Nigeria was created by man, by Frederick Lugard and the girlfriend Flora Shaw, whereas Biafra land was created by the God Almighty in heaven. And we know that everything that is man-made has an expiry date. It must come to pass. But anything that God Almighty built will endure forever and ever. That is why Biafra will come without hesitation. And as I say, if we play our cards right, Biafra will be with us this very year. Just do as you're told and watch events unfold, that they may know that we were actually sent by the Most High. We must pray a very simple prayer, and one that I pray every blessed day. It is a prayer from the book of Psalms, a prayer of David, a prayer that David always prayed, that we shall pray this evening. The whole world is listening, but I must pray in the language of heaven. I must pray in Igbo language, the language of the ancients. I must pray in the language that finds presence in every other language on the face of this very planet Earth, even in the throne of heaven. where Chukwukabiama is sat, as the angels are circulating around him and worshiping him and telling him that thou art holy. They are doing so in Igbo language. Therefore, I must pray in the language of the very oldest people to walk the face of this very planet Earth. Yes, onye nwanyị na Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ma mmanya na ebere ya na adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Onye eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya ya na ebere ya mara ya na ọmịiko ebe ndị ya nọ. Chineke na nke usu niile nke ndị agha. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Onye ndị Igbo na-etu ebighị ebi. Ọbụla dị ka anyị na-akpọku aha nsọ gị na nke ebere dị ngọzi n'uhuruchi ya n'ụtụtụ na ehihie, ọbụla n'etiti ime abalị, ebe ụmụ gị nọ n'ụwa niile wee na-ege okwu nsọ nke gị. Ndị okenye wee na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo n'ala wee na-asị na ịdị nsọ, na ịdị nsọ Chineke. Ebe kachasị ebe niile elu ebe obibi gị, lekwa ọlụ aka gị ọbịa bụ ka mbara igwe na-egosi. Kpakpando wee na-agba aka ebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị. Anyanwụ ụtụtụ wee na-ekuni, wee na-ekwu na Jehova nke usu niile nke ndị agha na ọ bụ naanị ya bụ eze. Ọnwa wee na-agba n'etiti abalị, na-asị na ndị nsọ ga-abịarịrị, na Biafra ga-enwerịrị onwe ya, na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwa eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-aja gị mma, si ma leenu, ọ bụ naanị gị kere ihe niile kere eke, mana onweghị onye kere gị. O nweghị ihe ọ bụla eji ama atụ si n'ọbụ ya yiri gị. Onye ime eluigwe, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị, onye ike niile nọ n'ọba dara aka ya, ụmụ gị na-akpọku gị n'ụwa niile eze ebube dị ngọzi, n'ihi na IPOB bụ nke gị. Ọ bụghị mmadụ dị ndụ hiwere IPOB. Onye ime eluigwe ọ bụ naanị gị, Chineke nna. Anyị wee na-asị gị biko bịa ọsọ ọsọ ezi onye nwe anyị. Bịa ọsọ ọsọ ka iwee bịa nyere anyị aka. Lekwa ka ha ra Chineke nna nke igwe bụ ndị na-akpagbu anyị n'ụzọ dị iche iche. Bịakwa ka iwe etinye ndị dị etu a n'ụzọ ihe nakwa ọgba aghara. Ọ ga-ekpere ka m na-ekpere gị mgbe niile, ekpere a ka m na-ekpere gị ụbọchị niile n'ime ndụ. N'oge ugbu a ka ọgba aghara na ihere dakwasịrị obodo ekwensu bụ Zoo Nigeria. Ọ bụ ekpere a ka m na-ekpere gị mgbe niile, iwe na-asa m ekpere onye nwe m. Lekwa ka ha ra bụ ndị nwe mmasị n'ọdịda anyị, bụ ndị na-arịọ ka anyị wee daa, iwe na-ebuli anyị elu mgbe niile. Ndị dị etu a ka ị ga-achụghachi azụ n'ihere nke onwe ha. Ihere ga-abụ nke ndị dị etu a. Ma lekwa ka ha ra bụ ndị na-achị anyị ọchị, bụ ndị na-akpọ anyị aha ọjọọ niile nke dị iche iche. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna, o nweghị mgbe ọbụla metụtara anyị na anyị wee na-asị n'ọba eluigwe ka anyị na-agara ozi na mgbasa ozi nwere onwe nke IPOB na-aga njem ya. Ọ bụghị nke mmadụ dị ndụ. Ọ bụ ezie si n'eluigwe wee zie anyị ka anyị wee zie ndị dị ndụ. Ndị dị etu a wee na-achị anyị ọchị, wee na-akpọ anyị aha niile dị iche iche. Onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke igwe, ndị dị etu a bụ ndị chụghachiri azụ n'ihere nke onwe ha. Ụwa niile wee hụ ihere zuo owe, igwe egbe ha na ahụhụ, ihere ha wee pụta ihe. Onye nwe m, ma lekwa ụmụ gị niile gbanye onwe anyị na ụmụ gị bụ ndị IPOB n'ụwa niile abụrụ Biafra onye ime eluigwe. Ka anyị onwe anyị rabụ ndị nwe obi ịhụnanya, bụ ndị nwe mmasị na obi ụtọ ebe okwu nsọ gị nọ. Anyị onwe anyị bụ ndị nwe ezi ịhụnanya ebe nzọpụta gị nọ, nke mere mgbe niile anyị na-asị nna nke dị nsọ na anyị ga-ebuli gị elu. Chineke nna nke igwe, anyị ga-ebuli gị elu. Ọka ka anyị na-etu, anyị ga-ebuli gị elu. Ma lee na ụmụ gị bụ ogbenye. O nweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị nwere nna nke ebere dị ngọzi dị ka ụmụaka wee na-asa sọsọ n'afọ. Onye nwe anyị were IPOB wee nyefee gị n'aka ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra ebere ha nọ n'ụwa niile. Nna nke igwe, ka amara gị wee zuo oke n'ime ndụ ndị dị etu a, n'ihi na ha bụ ụmụ Chineke. Mgbanwe kpagide anya iwe na-arịọ gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, ka iwe nye anyị nwere onwe, ka iwe bịa ọsọ ọsọ na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke nna nke usu niile nke ndị agha, dị Lord of Hosts. ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye enyemaka, bụ naanị gị bụ onye nzọpụta, bụ naanị gị ka anyị na-akpụ isi ala nyere ha anaghị efe arụsị. Ọ bịa mere okwu ọbụla si anyị n'ọnụ wee pụta bụ ihe na amen, dịka isi wee kụziere anyị nna nke ebere. Biko atụfukwala mgbe onye nwe anyị, n'ihi na ndị iro abatawokwanụ. Ndị iro abatawo sabowe ma ụba onye nwe anyị bi n'igwe. Were otuto na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma niile na mbuli elu niile na ịkpụ isi ala niile dara aha nsọ gị site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise. For once I delved into the spirit, but we are back and we are live and we are direct. The entirety of humanity is bearing us witness as we proceed to preach this very gospel of heaven this very evening without fear nor favor. Here we preach the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, that we may be vindicated in our own time. You must listen very attentively, please, I beg of you, because we are about to discover everything that is wrong with the zoo and the reason why we reason the way we do. Very sadly indeed. Very, very sad. I will start this evening by commending those Odua activists in the diaspora. Yoruba to some of you, but Odua to me. They came out a few days ago, or should I say yesterday to be precise, to demonstrate. And I love the way that Radio Biafra captured it. It says that the new generation of Odua today protested in London in front of the Zoo Embassy, Nigeria. They were demanding for the disintegration of the man-made contraption, that horrid experiment gone wrong by the British, that very place where corruption and looting is a badge of honor, where mediocrity, stupidity, and idiocy reign supreme. We are here to make history. Their coordinator said, I'm reading according to Radio Biafra publication, we have started history from today. And they said that Nigeria must fall. The same thing that we say, that the zoo must fall. I want to commend each and every participant that proudly declared their intention to fight for their freedom. I welcome them on behalf of this very noble family, IPOB, the whole world over. And I say to them that they are the people we are going to work with. I don't want anybody telling me that they are a Nigerian from the West, they are Yoruba, they want to move things forward. No. If you answer Odua and you're fighting for Odua independence, then you are one of us. The mistakes of the past will not again be repeated. Never, ever, ever. What transpired between Azikiwe and Awolowo is ancient history. For the benefit of this very generation and those unborn, even the atrocities of Awolowo, we are prepared for the time being to shelve. For our own common interest, which is freedom. But I charge you to remain very resolute. I will also encourage those of you in the Middle Belt. I will also encourage those Hausa youths especially. Because for Hausa people and their youths, they must decide between freedom and religious bondage under their conquerors, the Fulani Caliphate. The Hausa people must decide where they wish to belong. Do you want freedom to go back to recreate the very proud traditions of the Hausa civilization? Or do you want to remain a subject of the Fulani Caliphate? The Hausa people must decide. But I'm asking Middle Belt to emulate what our people in Odua are doing and declare their intentions to be a free people. What we are doing here, and hopefully across Odua land, which is Yoruba to some of you, is to bring the reign of impunity to an end. We are collapsing the mentality of it is our turn, it is the turn of my village, 2099 is our turn. While they keep looting and stealing and impoverishing everybody in the process. We are not going to fall for that nonsense anymore. We have now recognized that freedom is paramount. Freedom is the key that will unlock every potential that has hitherto been hidden or kept away from us. All those, I must say, with a hand in Operation Python dance, be they foreign, by which I mean the damnable Zoological Republic, or they are local, those that gathered in Nikelek Resort to plan my assassination and the death of most of our people. Although you are in the minority, those of you who conspired with the Janjaweed to launch Operation Python Dance, insofar as what we are pursuing is concerned, those of you that met at Nikelek Resort to sell our people down the drain will also get your comeuppance. Your own reward is coming. Your turn is coming, and you cannot escape it. All of you will go down one after the other. As long as you are a participant in Operation Python Dance, be you Fulani Janjaweed, be you somebody who claims he or she is an Igbo elder, all of you will bite the dust. I am not praying for anybody to die, far from it. I pray for life every blessed day. But the judgment of Chukwokika Biama is inevitable. The same thing I told the Fulani Janjaweed is today what I'm saying to our people. Everybody with a hand in Operation Python Dance will go down. None will be spared. None whatsoever. Everybody must understand one thing, that anytime I am on this very chair behind this microphone broadcasting on Radio Biafra, that I am under divine mandate. Divine. That is why everything I say must come to pass. Everything. Somebody said I shouldn't mention, I'm talking about those people who met at Nikelek Resort. Not Umokoko. I have no time for people without any fixed address. I have no time for them. And neither should you. I warned many years ago what is happening today. I warned repeatedly with clarity of purpose that the Janjaweed will come from the north and they will kill us. And it is happening. And I also told you that all of them with a hand in Operation Python Dance will go down. And they're going down one after the other. And they will all go, write it down. They will all go down. Do you know why they are going down, all of them? That they may know that God sent us to do this very work, not man. That anything that man is doing to try to frustrate this very movement will end up in failure. That is just a sign. That is why anything we say come to pass. It is a simple sign. That is how you know them. Because anything they say is going to happen, always must happen. That is how you know them, that I have sent them. So says the Lord of hosts. Listen very carefully. What I find very, very distressing about the damnable Zoological Republic, now we are trying to frame the very basic foundation upon which we are resting our argument and our postulations this very evening, morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. The funniest aspect is that the funniest aspect of this whole thing is that those of them that created the monstrosity, that citadel of Lucifer called Nigeria, Because anytime somebody says, I want you to note this thing specifically. Anytime somebody says, I am a proud Nigerian, go and look at that person very carefully. There's something wrong with them. If not today, in time to come, you will discover it. The funniest aspect is that those of them, the British, that created the monstrosity, the Nigeria, and their local beneficiaries, the Janjaweed, the Caliphate, and the corrupt, now is very clear, corrupt politicians everywhere, and even corrupt bureaucrats everywhere. They are the beneficiaries. That is why they want one Nigeria at all cost. Anytime somebody keeps saying, I want, look at them. Either their father, their mother, their uncle, their sister, their aunt is benefiting from the rampant corruption and thievery in the zoo. They come from a lineage of thieves. Only a criminal, only a certified, born natural criminal will ever support the damnable Zoological Republic. Only a criminal of irredeemable disposition will ever support the zoo. Now, they are determined more than ever to keep the abomination, that contraption, that British contraption. They are determined to keep it going. Why? Because you can steal money and nobody will ask you questions. You can kill as many people as possible and nobody will ever ask you any questions. You can form as many terrorist groups as you like in the north and nobody will hold you accountable. You can do anything you like. The presidential jet can wake up in the morning and fly gold to Switzerland, as they did a few days ago, and nobody will ask any questions. Your schools are not fit for purpose. Your hospitals are not equipped. You are dying. Your roads are virtually impassable, as is the case between Enugu and Onitsha, and nobody will care. That is why they want one zoo, one Nigeria. The same way that some people conspired in the olden days to keep slavery going, even when God and heaven and humanity rejected it, is what is happening today. Black people was against the end of slavery. Black West African people was against the whites that actually promulgated laws banning slavery. If you come to our land then, there were some men who benefited so much from slavery, they never wanted slavery to end. The same thing is happening today. If you ask your so-called average zoo intellectual, they will tell you that what is happening is wrong, that what is happening in Nigeria is bad and must be brought to an end. But if you ask them, what are you practically doing to bring this level of iniquitous existence to an end, they will tell you one more election will do it. That's what they always say to you. Oh, why don't you? Just one more. Only if you can get one good leader more. That is the silver bullet to solve all our problems. But I have just discovered, very sadly, that the greatest task on this earth is to get a black man to reason like a human being. The same way, it is a very delicate task to stop an Igbo man from tilting towards gossip. I didn't say Biafran, I said an Igbo man. To try to get a black man to reason properly is the greatest challenge facing African people and black people anywhere on the surface of this very earth. To try to get a black man to reason is not an easy process. It is one of the most difficult. In fact, do you know the funniest thing? Every other race on this earth, every other part of God's creation on this very earth has now attained a level, attained a level of consciousness and reasonableness that they can feed themselves, they can clothe themselves, they can manufacture at least 60% of the goods and services that they consume. But in Africa, we manufacture nothing and we consume everything. Do you know the reason why that is the case? Because an African man, a black person, is not yet able to reason properly. Critical reasoning, that's what I'm talking about. Not sentimental mumbo jumbo because a politician is from your village. Because of that, and if he loses money, it's okay by you. The same reason why some people from Enugu metropolis, some E-rats, I call them professional E-rats that they pay money to, that Ike Kuremadu pays money to. Ike Kuremadu has pocketed billions meant for Enugu Onitsha Express Road. Understand this very clearly. Now, people that went to school or claim that they went to school, people who claim they are PhD holders, people who claim they are technocrats, people who claim they are intellectuals, people who claim elitism, people who claim they are professors in universities, they are supporting a man that took the money that was meant for a critical and vital infrastructure. He put the money in his pocket. He brought out what I could call not to the 100, then 1%, and shared to them 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira for credit. If you have difficulties, maybe paying your house rent, they'll give you 100,000 naira. Now you come on social media to defend what is in essence indefensible. But the money meant for the construction of this road is gone. Onitsha Enugu Express Road is unpassable. Unpassable. The reason why I'm alluding to this is because these are the same people telling you about Igbo presidency in 2023. These are the same people that are going to occupy high office come 2023. Look at what they have done with the limited power and resources that we are given. They did nothing. Instead of improving our lives, they diminished it. And that is why they want you to believe in one zoo, one Nigeria. The problem is not only confined to Biafra land. Some of you have seen with the expose of NNDC what's been going on in the southern part of Biafra land. You have seen the mind-boggling, iniquitous looting of treasury. People without conscience. These are the people that will pay those that went to university to write garbage against IPOB, to write nonsense against the emergence of Biafra, to try to justify their criminal enterprise. Because Nigeria, the zoo itself, that some of you call Nigeria, Nigeria, it is, oh my God in heaven. I have never seen anything on earth to compare to the zoo. Some of you are still breathing because of the oil and gas coming from Biafra land. Take away the oil and gas, believe you me, you'll be feeding on each other. You will have cannibalism overnight. You start feeding on yourselves, I'm telling you. You'll understand the extent of the damage the British started, and those that you call your founding fathers, I call them the bumbling three, continued up until this very day. Something a white man built for his own advantage. Do you think a white man will leave Europe to come to Africa to build a country for you so you can have electricity and good roads and good schools and good hospitals? Is that what you think? Then you must be a fool. They can only do it in a place where they know they are going to occupy in perpetuity, as was the case in South Africa. That is why South Africa is the most developed country in the whole of Africa, because white people were there. They did not loot the national treasury. White people built South Africa from the proceeds from South Africa. No loans, no grants, no begging of money. Why can't you do it in the zoo called Nigeria? Because the very foundation of this monstrous, this British construct was flawed from the beginning. These are the things that they don't teach you. These are the truths they will never ever tell you. That there is something wrong with Nigeria, that there is lack of trust, that the people you call politicians, as you have all seen, all of them from top to bottom, they are all criminals. All of them are criminals. Now, every 4 years you recycle them. Every 4 years is our turn, the turn of my village, every 4 years. And I'm asking you, as a black nigger in the zoo called Nigeria, when are you going to learn? When will your brain be able to open so you can reason properly like a human being and not like an animal? That is what our preaching is all about this very evening. What we are trying to do is to teach the very basic of what you need to know as a human being, that you may be able to survive. Because we black people, there is something wrong with us. We do not reason. I don't care the court you take me to. I don't care if you like, we debate it on Friday morning. I will be live on air taking your calls on Friday morning. We can debate it. I am telling you, the most difficult task in the history of human creation is not going to the moon. It's not about discovering penicillin. It's not about automobile. It's not about the Wright brothers inventing aeroplane. No. The greatest problem in the history of humanity is to teach a black man to reason properly. And that's what we're going to do this very evening, as we have done in the past and going forward. You must understand this. The greatest task on this very earth is to get a black man to reason like a human being. The same way, it's just like trying to keep an Igbo man away from gossip. Hey, it's impossible now. Come on, for goodness sake. How can you keep an Igbo man away from gossip? Oh no, please, give me a break. Anywhere there is gossip, you find them there. Gossip, the gossip is sweeter than honey to an Igbo man. Gossip. Unverified rumors and gossip is like honey to them. That is how hard it is. Trying to remove feeding bottle from the mouth of a baby saboteur is as hard as trying to get a black man to reason properly. But any day, believe you me, any day you begin to reason properly, you will now understand that the criminals you voted in 2015, the same people you recycled in 2019, yeah, the same idiots you're also going to recycle in 2023. The same thing keeps happening. No electricity, no good roads, no good schools. You keep lamenting. You come on social media and you lament. You talk from morning till night. You pray to God. You pay your tithe. You pay your offering. You do everything. Your daddy GOs will console you, and your life remains the same. What pains me most is that there are certain young people, because the height of radicalism and challenge to orthodoxy happens when you're a youth, between the ages of, say, 15 to when you're 28. But it's only in Africa that you have the youth who, instead of rising up to fight against injustice as other youths are doing all over the world, instead they join those who are oppressing them to oppress the people who are coming out to fight for them. That is a black man. Everything is upside down. Everything in life. They go to school, they read about French Revolution, they read about the revolution in England, Oliver Cromwell, they read about the Russian Revolution, they read about the US Revolution led by George Washington, they read about the Reformation, they know about Italian Enlightenment, they know everything. They know that Eritrea had to fight to leave Ethiopia. They know that East Timor had to fight to leave Indonesia. They know that Southern Sudan had to fight to leave Sudan. They know they have all the wealth of knowledge. But when it comes to application, simply apply that thing you have read. Let's say, for instance, you read chemistry, and you know that water is H2O, which is 2 molecules of oxygen and then hydrogen, or a molecule of hydrogen. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Water is H2O, hydrogen and oxygen. As a chemist, if you mix hydrogen and oxygen, you get water. But in Africa, you will see people dying of hunger, people dying of thirst, people who cannot drink water. But inside where they are, there is hydrogen, there is oxygen. They cannot mix it together. They are waiting for a white man to come and mix it together for them to give them to drink. That is not life. Now, I want you to understand the bedrock of racism all over the world. Racism thrives on the ignorance of a black man. People see black people and they say to them, why can't you be in your land and develop it? Why can't you build tall buildings in your land and live in it? Why can't you have running water? Why can't you have electricity? And you're in their own land enjoying it. That is why they beat us up. That is why they do things to us. I'm being honest with you. That is why because all the time we are begging with this whole Black Lives Matters nonsense. All we are hearing is that, oh, Google will increase their diversity from employing 20% black people to 40%. Oh, Coca-Cola is going to do the same. Why must we always beg? Why can't black people build something like Google? Why can't you build Coca-Cola? Why can't you build all these big multi-corporations? Why can't you do it? Are you not a human being? Don't you have the same brain that white people have? That is where black people should be reasoning. And if we dwell on this for only 2 months, believe you me, there will be a different outlook all across Africa. The way we reason is poor. And I want to understand, is it Lucifer, or is it the senior brother Satan, or is it the uncle, the devil? Who is it exactly that will go into an African youth, a young black person, male or female, and blind you? Instead of you to be fighting injustice, you are busy fighting those who are fighting injustice. That is something. I know that politicians are bad, they are corrupt, they are evil, but that is, when I see a young person, instead of fighting the just cause, they are busy supporting the oppressor. Sometimes I see them as the very habitation of everything that is wrong with black people. Some people say that, why do you always say this? You keep going back on this black issue. I said, because there is where lies the problem. The problem we have in Africa, the problem we have as black people in America, wherever we are, is because of the way we reason. The way we reason is flawed. It's not correct. And we must change it. We must change it. We must not be like those greedy people in the past that wanted slavery to continue. Those who were dealing in slavery or with slaves, so to speak, they know what their people are suffering and what, because freed slaves were returned to Sierra Leone. That's why they call it a free town. Most of them were returned to Africa, and those that came to Africa, they were learned. They know, they understand the humiliation they had to go through in the Americas. They came back, they were lucky enough, and they came back, they sent them back to Africa. Despite telling those in Africa, this was what we went through, those in Africa ignored it and continued selling people. That is the same way they're ignoring you today. You can cry, we don't have money to feed, we can't go to school, our street is waterlogged, there is flooding everywhere. They don't want to know. They will never know until you force them to know. And how do you do it? It's by what we are doing. Freedom. Let everybody be free. Let me see who is going to loot who and from where. Let us see who is going to loot from where. That is why I commend what Oduduwa is doing. That is why what we are doing is very, very critical. And as I move on this very evening, I am going to demonstrate to you in very clear terms why I know that black people cannot reason. Listen to me very carefully. People are doing what Lucifer created them to do, which is to make us stronger in preparation of what is to come. You must understand this. Any tribulation, any difficulty, any hardship we encounter is a preparatory step for us to go forward and encounter the real problem. And when we do, we smash through it. It is a tragedy. Is a very big tragedy. It is a broken system in the zoo. In the zoo, corruption is walking on all four legs in broad daylight. And you know the funniest thing, the perpetrators are not even ashamed. It is now a badge of, it is quite bizarre. It is only in the zoo in Nigeria that somebody will go and steal public funds. Somebody will steal and they will catch him stealing public funds, and others want to copy him to be like him. Only in the zoo. Only in the zoo. Only in the zoo. Now, even, remember, Niger Delta is our oil. We want Niger Delta. Niger Delta Commission, give us money, give us budget, appoint us, put us there. Even now, they have seen the pollution. They are not fighting the pollution in Ogoniland, no. Do you know that is very serious pollution in Iguacha? Park your car in Iguacha, come back the next morning and look at the window. Just wipe your hand on the windscreen. You see that your hand will turn to black from the residue from all the oil exploration and the flaring of our gas. People were dying in Opobo. Have you forgotten? But there are billions swimming around everywhere. The people that some of you are corruptly supporting, some of you young people, the idiots you're supporting, are the ones making your life a misery. But you still support them. What does that tell you about who you are? What did that tell you about who you are as a human being? That you are evil. It is your type of people, your family and your lineage that benefited from slavery. That even when people that fought William Wilberforce, people they passed a law in England banning slavery, you were still selling your own people. Even when people came back from America to tell you that, see, this is what they're doing to us, life is horrible in America, you continue to sell your own people. Now tell me why the devil is not a black man. Tell me why Satan is not a black man. People without empathy, nobody feels sympathy. You see, your own children are shopping in Dubai, traveling with private jet. Other people's children are hawking banana, selling oranges to survive. And you're happy. You are happy. You're a happy nigger. You're a happy black man. That shows how demented. That shows that Satan has built skyscraper inside you. Now you understand how evil you are. Now when white people paint Satan as black, you understand why. Do you think they just woke up one morning and decided to draw Satan as a black man? It is because of your behavior, the way you reason, the way you do things, and your wickedness against one another. That same wickedness you're exhibiting towards IPOB and other freedom fighters, you can never exhibit the same level of wickedness to a white man that called you a nigger and refused to give you a job. Or maybe shot you, injured you during an arrest. That is the way that, when I was studying the brain of black people, I'm not a surgeon, but I took time, many years. The same way I studied an Igbo man, I studied the brain of a black man. How black people reason. I spent decades studying black man, how they reason. I kept asking myself, why is it that things can work in Europe and in America and Asia and in South America, but not in Africa? Do you know the reason why? Not that the land doesn't have abundance of goodness to yield, no. It is because of the brain of a black man. How we reason, how we relate, the level of wickedness in a black soul. Somebody have seen that the zoo is crumbling. You have seen that Nigeria has nothing to offer. You know that. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. And you are a PhD holder. You are a professor in a university. The reason why you want Nigeria to continue is because maybe Professor Dike made millions by rigging election in 2019. So it's my turn in 2023. Let me keep supporting one Nigeria until 2023 so I can also steal money as well for myself and my family. That is a typical black man. And that is why nothing works in the zoo. That is why the zoo should be dismantled. God did not create Nigeria. A human being like you and I did. And as humans, they are dead. Lugard created Nigeria, not God. Go to Google and Google it. Lugard created Nigeria, not God in heaven. I don't know how else you want me to explain it to you. I don't know how else. I don't know if I'm used to use, as they say in those days when we're in primary school, when you don't pass your exams. Do you need me to use an axe to cut open your brain and put books in it so you can reason properly? When you don't reason properly, that is why you are heartless. You are a wicked black fellow because you don't reason properly. If you reason properly, believe you me, you will hate injustice, as we do. In Biafra, in IPOB. You must understand that very, very carefully. It is a tragedy, and the zoo is a book. Those are nigger delta. They don't even know the meaning of the name nigger. Nigger delta, nigger. You have seen it. You have seen it. The same idiots now that looted NDDC dry are the ones telling you, oh, Biafra is not good for you. You don't need freedom. You don't need Biafra. Let's work for one Nigeria. People don't reason beyond their noses. I'm asking you, when somebody is telling you about one Nigeria, go and look at the person. Look at his organ, his master behind him, or his family. That will tell you all you need to know about that idiot. That will tell you all you need to know. My concern is for a black man and woman to reason properly. That's all. Once you can get them to reason properly, the rest of the problems will become a lot more easier to solve. What is happening in NDDC is exactly the zoo, Nigeria. It is a microcosm of the zoo, Nigeria. When you create something without foundation, the outcome is always thievery, stealing, because there was no foundation. There was so much money. Oh, well, how do we stop the agitation? Let's give them money. And some fools collected the money and they kept quiet. Has there been any improvement? Has there been any improvement? We had our militants, our people in the Niger Delta. We agitated for freedom, and when the time came, they said, oh, take this money, oh, take this private jet. Oh, why don't I fly you to Asarok in a private jet? And after that, they took money. Have you solved the problem? No, the problems are still there. The problems of hunger, poverty, disease, deprivation, and early mortality. They are still there. So upon all the money you have collected from NDDC, from settlement money, from amnesty money, has it solved any problem? Oh, it may have solved yours, but you are still going to go through that same bad road. When you're still going to sink your borehole to still drink from the same contaminated water level below. The same nonsense. And one day criminals will come, or as the Fulanis are coming, the terrorists, they will come. They will abduct your daughter. And you go to newspapers and the TV, you'll be talking rubbish as always. You don't know you are the architect of all the problems that we're experiencing. You don't know. When you create something without foundation, that is always the outcome. The zoo had no foundation. A white man came and wanted a place where he can harvest all the cocoa, all the rubber, the palm oil and everything. They never came to create a nation. The white man never had it in mind. White man came to nurture his business. Britain came to the zoo, Nigeria, because of cocoa, because of rubber, because of palm oil. They never came for your own good. But you, as a black man or woman that went to university, you went to Harvard, you went to Princeton, you can. Those books are in the library, in all those places you went to, but you still cannot read them. Even when you do, you can't understand because you're a black person. Your brain is not fine-tuned to reason properly. Nobody gives a damn how much you have stolen. They don't care, they don't give a damn. Now, somebody quite cleverly wrote and they sent it to me. This is not original by me. Somebody wrote it and they sent it to me so that I can use it for tonight's program. They said, see the reason why we need Biafra and not these corrupt gangsters claiming to be Niger Delta or Nigeria, as a matter of fact. All they want to do is to strangulate you. Strangulate you. When they see you agitating as they did to me many times, they give you money. Oh, why don't you soften down? Why don't we work together and make Nigeria a better place? You know it's never going to work. Everybody knows that. They've been saying the same garbage from 1960 till now. Nothing has ever worked. Instead, it's getting worse. Now, they stole 81.5 billion naira. It was spent by the NDDC. All of you know the story. The viral is everywhere. But as always, it's another story. They have stolen money. Okay, now they will go back and they give him a chieftaincy title, or they'll be hailing him in the village. When you're hailing somebody who have stolen your future, how do you think God will look at you? That is why you keep suffering now. That's what. And later on, black people all over the world were paying the price of our ignorance. That is the essence of this program this evening. That all this our stupidity, we keep laughing and keep making comedy, making jokes, watching Big Brother, all this idiocy that has filled our brain. We are paying for it. There is always a price tag. I read one James Hadley Chase book in those days. There's always a price tag. There's always a price tag to stupidity of a black man. You black people, you will continue to pay for your stupidity year after year. You pay, your children will pay, their children will pay, as our forefathers paid, and they're still paying till today. Nobody is ashamed of themselves to say, when can all this nonsense stop? But we have come, and it is going to stop with Biafra. They stole 81.5 billion. They spent 83 million on consultancy, which has no value. They spent 31.4 billion on COVID-19. I don't know if they're doctors. I don't know what they're doing. There's something called impressed, which is another word for bribery. 790.9 million. Their travel expenses, 486 million. And those supporting them will come and be asking Nnamdi Kanu, please, can you give us an account of a defense fund? They have not seen this. Defense fund they did not contribute to. But this is the funds coming from their own land, from their father's compound. They spent burial to wish people well or condolence, 122.9 million. There's something they call community relations, 1.3 billion. Overseas travel, 85.6 million. Overseas travel to go and do what? I don't know. Maybe to buy houses in Dubai. Maintenance of what? Of their stomach. You know, the stomach is protruding, always large. 220 million naira to maintain their stomach, the size of it. Legal services, who is suing them, nobody knows, 900 million. Lassa fever, 1.956 billion. Security on what? Maybe to go and pay them for bodyguards, and because they have their criminals, 744 million. Staffing related payments, 8.8 billion. Stakeholders engagement, which means to call village meeting to say we are NDDC, we are here, and God is good. They spent 248 million. And on the projects for which they have been set up, the projects for which they were set up to run, the essence of the NDDC, which is to develop, to build roads, schools, hospitals, how much did they spend on those projects? Zero, none. These are the people that will come tomorrow and proudly pay one newspaper or one idiot to write. I am a Nigerian. Please warn that your canon. We are Nigerians. We are here. The idiot writing that garbage will never remember that the person that created Nigeria was not his ancestor. No. He will never tell you that people that came and accidentally created the zoo came as exploitative businessmen that came to Africa to rape Africa. Let me tell you, he's an intellectual. He's intellectual. He's writing intellectually. He will, I don't know, bamboozle you with his degrees from Princeton, from Harvard, from Cambridge, from Oxford, PhD. They call him doc, an absolute idiot. You're calling him doc, prof with an empty brain, nothing in the brain whatsoever. A prof is defending something that a white girl named an unmarried white girl. An English tramp named you Nigeria, and you're a professor, and you're answering Nigeria. You're not ashamed of it. You have no shame. There's no shame before you. That is why they kill you in America. That is why they kill you in China. That is why they pursue you and they detain you in India. Because they have looked at a black man. A black man is a disgrace unto himself. Because of how you reason. Because of how you reason. Now, how do you think white people will feel when they're sitting in Europe, that they named Europa themselves, they named it Europe, not you? They are sitting in Britain, they named, when Scotland joined England 320 years ago, in the Act of the Union, they call themselves Britain, now United Kingdom. France is there, named by French people. Germany is there, which is Gaul, Saxony, and Bavaria. They came together, they are Germany. But you, as a black man in Africa, These same people came, you claim you have dignity, you claim you have honor, you want respect as an elder. And I'm asking you, what other insolence is greater than somebody traveling for over 6,000 miles to come to your village to tell you now your name is no longer what it used to be. You are now Omaya. And you answer it. But before the white man came, there wasn't like Omaya before. How do you think they will respect you? I'm just asking black people. How do you think white people will respect you when everything you are, they made you the way you are? Your religion they gave you, the way you dress, everything about you is from them. You have not added any value to creation apart from the raw materials, which you don't have. It doesn't belong to you. It comes from the ground. You've added no value. All you know is to fight those who are fighting for your freedom. That is just a slight window into the darkened soul of a black nigger. That is an entry into the soul of a nigger. That's how you know them. Darkened soul. They have no honor and no integrity. No honor. If you say you're strong now, okay, go to Italy. No, go to Belgium. And stand on the streets of and rename Antwerp. Call it a new Ecom. That day they will inject you with something and your brain cells will go into reverse. They say you're sick in the brain. The same thing that a white man can't allow you to do, you not only allow the white man to do it in your own land, you are defending it with your life and you claim you're an intellectual. You are intellectualizing. That's how foolish you are. Foolish professors, foolish PhD holders, without brain, without any brain. Now listen, NDDC was set up to execute projects. How many projects did they execute? None, zero, not. And tomorrow morning, another idiot from somewhere will be writing an epistle, please fund NDDC. We need money for NDDC. Because he or she knows that a few chicken change is coming their way. That is your one Nigeria. Now, you want me that is learned to be a part of that garbage? Seriously, is that what you think? When I left UNN, I told my father that if I continue at the University of Nigeria and Soka, I will go into reverse. I told my father, yes, I am intelligent. I can't be here. You better send me to England. He said no. I packed my bags and I went home. When he got tired, he sent me to England to go and study. I said, because I cannot be here. I can't be here. Seeing all this nonsense. Ordinary toilet, there is no water coming to flush the toilet at a premium university. I said, what type of rubbish is this? Why do we reason the way we reason? At government college, when the white man came, they built WC water system. Water was running. As soon as the whites left, and the blacks started becoming the principal of my school, we started digging pit toilet. Today, Cousin's house has gone. Cousin's house, where I was, no longer exists. It has crumbled completely. But there's money for education. There's education budget. But somebody's, and you want me to be in that type of country? Yes. Thunder fire, all of you are criminals, all of you. All of you with your one nigger. God will punish all of you and your generations to come. I swear, God will punish all of you. Any idiot talking about one Nigeria, God will punish you and your family forever and ever. Mad people everywhere. Ndisyoji, mad, insane people. People with insane way of reasoning. Everything is upside down. Everything is upside down. Reason properly, you can't. You can't. But you know us now. Here, by force, you reason very well. Now, listen. In Biafra, there will be no looting. Do you know why? The reason why Europeans are doing well is because when they discover a problem, they devise a solution out of it. The reason why such nonsense cannot happen in Biafra land is because every budget in Biafra land will be publicly published. Every contract above $100,000 equivalent will be subject to notice in a newspaper. The panel awarding the contract will sit in the open. There can be no fiduciary issues, no conflict of interest. And anybody you pay bribe to, both you and the bribe giver and the bribe taker are all going to jail. It doesn't matter who your relatives are. This nonsense can... I am fighting for Biafra because the nonsense you're witnessing with NDDC and your EFCC and NNPC cannot obtain in Biafra. It is impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. Form as many cabals as you like. That is why I have no friends and I have no enemies. As I am. Ask them within IPOB leadership. Leadership structure, that is. You know, some people say, oh, they have no structure. And I wonder what type of school they went to. How can you, a semi-illiterate, you want to challenge me, to debate with me? You are not well read, and you want to debate. People say, oh, but they have no structure. We'll get to that later. And they claim they went to school. And in the meantime, I want you to Google the word structure, organizational structure. They will tell you. I'll come to that in a minute. As the looting is going on, the very fantastic looting everywhere. Loot as much as you like. Loot on everybody. How about Magu? Here he is now naming those that looted money, those that benefited and looted cash from their so-called EFCC. As I told you, I warned Magu. I said to them, all of them, release Olisametu. They thought I was joking. Release Olisametu. They said no. I said, if you don't release him, Magu, you will be in trouble. Is Magu not in trouble today? And I said, the more you keep Olisametu, the more things will be unraveling. Because where IPOB is, none of you can get there. None of you can. I want them, release Olisametu. They said, no, we can't. They say, Nnamdi Kanu, talking. He's just talking on radio. Today, where is Magu today? And all his accomplices. Are they not going down, all of them going down? I said all of them. All of them. All of them are going down. And you're playing with us. It doesn't. Your envy can't cut it. If you like, be as envious as a bat also. It doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't mean anything to us. We come here, we preach, and what we say come to pass. And as I said to the zoo, the more you keep Olisametu, the more all of you are you all be disgraced and all of you are going down. All of you are. Keep him now. You will see what will happen. Keep Olisametu. And who is fighting for Olisametu? Am I a politician? The answer is no. Look at all those who are politicians with Olisametu. Those he claimed were his friends. Are they speaking up against his unjust incarceration? No. It's IPOB who is fighting for him. Our people don't. Some people don't. That is why you see, envy and jealousy is very, very destructive. That's the thing about a black man. A white man came, destroyed you, your way of life, turned you upside down. You never questioned. He said, take from now onwards, that's your name, Chinyan, is no longer good. When you come to baptism, you must answer Isabella. You said yes. That's a black man for you. Or black woman, as the case may be. That is where you see how we reason. And now, that white man has gone back to Portugal, gone back to Rome, gone back to Ireland, gone back to... You think they'll respect you? Now, I want anybody to go to Ireland, anybody to go to Scotland, I want you to go to Germany or to France. Say to them, oh, before you can come to God, change your name. From Pierre to maybe Onebuchi. And you see what they will do to you. In every aspect of life, we have shown the world that we are inferior, that we cannot reason. You can't come to my house and tell me, unless I answer your name, God will not see me or visit me. I will tell you that you are mad. I will tell you you're insane. But we swallow everything, hook, line, and sinker. We never reason, we don't interrogate. And that's why we are here. To make you to reason. To make you to reason. They are naming those of them that went and took money. As I told Magu, you will be in trouble. We are IPOB, I'm Nnamdi Kanu. I told you will be in trouble. I warned you. Release Olisametu. You said no. You are doing gra. We are EFCC. We are Janjaweed. I told you will be in trouble. You said no. Have you seen it today? That's the power of Psalm 70. Everything I do, I anchor it on God. Psalm 70. Go and read it very well, you will see. That's my prayer. I pray it every blessed day. I have been praying it for 4 years. I said every day. I pray it every blessed day. Without fail. Without fail. If I'm flying, if I'm in an aeroplane, in a ship, anywhere I am, I pray it. And Psalm 119. Every blessed day I pray it. God did it again. I asked Elohim. You see, our enemies of Biafra and enemies of Biafra. Just go and drop confusion inside them. And again, I said, disgrace them. I don't want to in-house disgrace them that the world may see. Is that not happening today? Magu and his people? A young black man, a graduate without a job. That is what, when I think about it, I know that black people really were insane. God in heaven knows, we have a very serious problem. You are a black man or black woman, you are a graduate, you read architecture, but now you're out, you're selling Roman lime, and you're selling granite. And you manage to raise some money to buy Infinix phone, the very cheap one. You put data in it, and you're defending the person that made it impossible for you to get a job, a politician. And you want me to regard you as a human being. God forbid, I cannot. You're not a human being. You are not. You are a zoo animal. And when I call you zoo animal, you start getting upset. Let us go to Magu. I warned him. He said, no, who are you? We are the cabal. He's not giving you the names. Now listen, it's not our news. I'm giving you news from the zoo. Now listen. The suspended acting chairman of EFCC, Ibrahim, he's a Fulani Janjaweed. Ibrahim, can you imagine if it was an Igbo man, a Biafra, a Efik, Ibibio man, head of EFCC? By now, they will bring the person out in Abuja, they will cut you into pieces in broad daylight. And they will say, hey, we are not fighting corruption. Kudos to all of you. But because his name is Ibrahim Magu, nothing will happen to him. The same thing. Have you forgotten Ibrahim Lamode? That one stole $5 billion. $5 billion he stole and ran away from EFCC. The same Fulani, they are the ones fighting corruption. You people are daft. When I look at an average zoo person, Nigerian, when I look at you, I just, and I'm being very honest with you, God in heaven knows. Once you say you're a Nigerian, I don't see you as a human being. I'm being honest with you. Once you open your mouth and say, I am a Nigerian, I don't regard you as a human being. You are beneath contempt. Now listen. Malami alleged that Magu sold some of the recovered assets to his associates. This is the man fighting corruption in Nigeria. He is fighting corruption in the nigger area that Britain created. That is why, sometimes, whites, they are very funny. They are just watching us, a bunch of monkeys and a few baboons, jumping up and down, looting, eating banana, eating plantain here and there. Not our plantain, no, another person's plantain, we just grab it and we eat. Then, seriously speaking, I believe that Britain and the rest of the civilized world, there is something, sadistic about their enjoyment of what is playing out in the zoo. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you. Somebody you call to fight corruption, that put Olisametu in jail. Olisametu was given 400 million naira to run a PDP campaign. He didn't steal any money. He's in jail. Why is Olisametu in jail? Because he criticized the dead Buhari when he was alive in 2015. That's all. They put him in jail. And they used a Biafran man, Aban, to put him in jail. You see how we are. You see how intellectual we are. Oh, we are only intellectual at fighting our own people. That's at the height of our intellectuality. We never fight Fulani. No, of course not. It's only our people that we fight. Look at Aban. He's a learned judge. He's jailing his brother that did not commit any crime. That is your typical Easterner. Very, very vile and evil. Vile and evil. Now listen, he is the head of economic financial recovery and the czar of anti-corruption czar. Where did all these things go to? Do you know what Magu said? On allocation of vehicles to some government agencies through special auction with presidential approval. In other words, your so-called, whoever is wearing the mask now is in on it. Or Jubril, because Buhari died January 2017. If you like, believe. If you like, don't believe. That is your cup of tea. You are a baboon. You are a zoo. You are a black nigger. You know nothing. Your brains are empty. I'll prove it to you later on that Buhari is dead. Every time I come on air, I will keep proving it to all of you. Because some of you are daft beyond recognition. Now listen very carefully. Magu, what happened to the cars you seized as EFCC chairman? What did you do to it? I sold some of the cars because sometimes all this grammar, it confuses our mothers in the village. That's why our program is different. I don't believe in all this useless top grammar that has no meaning. No. They asked Magu, where are all the vehicles, all the cars and the lorries you collected? Where is it? He said, I sold some of it with the approval of the presidency. I asked them and they said I can sell them. And I sold those cars to people working in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management. And the value is to be debited from their allocation. In other words, rather than the state or the budget office giving money to that woman at Humanitarian Affairs, they now give it to EFCC. The cars they bought. They are buying cars, sharing to their children, and having fun. And they are not even, although they are getting it at the very cheap, or should I say cheapest in this case, still, it is the government, the taxpayer who is paying for it. And they are sharing it to their children. In Asoko, in Wuse, in Maitama, they are driving around and they are having fun. Oh, now the country should stop this nonsense. We want one Nigeria. Hey, Zoological Republic. God. I don't know why God put us in this mess, honestly speaking. Honestly speaking, I don't know why Elohim put us in this mess. I came to this world in the midst of people who were born stupid. Naturally stupid. And they have refused to reason. Naturally stupid. They have refused to reason. That's what I hate about our people. We also gave some of the cars to the State House, which is Asorok. We also gave some of the cars to the National Commission for Refugees and Displaced Persons. We gave some cars also to Inland Revenue and National Directorate of Employment. And who are the people in charge of all these agencies? All Janjaweed, all Fulani. And you're one Nigeria, Abi. One zoo. The most dedicated animal kingdom. People travel to Serengeti to go and do safari. I'm going to Kenya. I'm going to Uganda to go and do safari. I'm going to Zambia to Zambezi. Why are you? I'm going to National. Why are you wasting your money going to watch lion chasing zebra? Come to Abuja. Come to Lagos. Come to Igot. Come and see real human beings like animals eating each other. Wrong. Why going to spend your money? Just enter plane and travel to Nigeria. Then you will see, I'll just take them to one checkpoint or two. They will see animals in full gear performing their miracles. Now you understand it, don't you? He didn't die in September. He died in January. Buhari died in January of 2017, not September. He stopped breathing. He collapsed after watching me in court, as I told him he would die. He watched me in court and he collapsed. And they flew him to Morocco. He stopped breathing and they stopped over in Morocco to pick up incubator, whatever it was called, life support machine, before they flew him to London. And he was pronounced brain dead. They know that I know. One day I'll give you the history. The hospital, the floor he was on, the doctor, I have all their names. I have all of it. Down, I have it. I'm holding it down. Because the brain of a black man, of a zoo animal cannot take it. They don't understand the truth. Because they were conceived in evil. An average Nigerian, an average Nigerian was conceived in evil. If you don't know, let me tell you. They're selling all your properties. They come and take your money. Oh, you fell foul of EFCC. They just take your vehicle and they give it to a Fulani man or woman. And they give to their children. And they go to Daily Trust and they write rubbish. Nnamdi Kanu is a problem. He's a miscreant. He's this. He wants this to be a fraud. They are doing Biafra. Mommy has collected a stolen car from EFCC. That's why. Zoo. Zoo. I'm going to please start advertising. That is, we'll start charging white people. We'll start with the British. We charge them money to come and see the zoo they created. Free tours, we give them free tour of the zoo so they can see how their animals are doing. Unbelievable. That is the zoo for you. Tomorrow, one idiot will come up and say, I'm a Nigerian. If you, anyway, they know not to call me a Nigerian, you stupid. Can you say you're a Nigerian in front of me? You're mad. You're insane. Something your people never created. Nigeria is a very funny place. Olisa Metu only received money from Dasuki. You know the funniest thing? Dasuki is at home, not facing any prosecution. The Dasuki that gave the money to Olisa Metu is at home, but Olisa Metu is in jail. And whereas the so-called Igbo elders and intellectualities, as the idiots call themselves, where are you? Where are you? What did Olisa Metu do? What's his crime? I am asking a very simple question. What crime did Olisa Metu commit? He was given money to run PDP campaign. The man that gave him the money is at home. Jonathan was the president. Jonathan is at home. But Olisa Metu is in jail. Because they are thinking nobody will ask after him. After all, he's Igbo. You know how they are. If you send them now to go and campaign for Olisa Metu to come out, believe you me, they will go there, they will give them money, they will collect it, they put it in their pocket, they will come back and say, let's leave it now. He shouldn't have done it. That is the way they are. And that is why we are hard on them. As we are. As always. The man that gave the money to Olisa Metu is in his house having fun. How many politicians, ask yourself this question, you have seen the debacle, EFCC, NDD, how many people from other ethnic groups are in prison? That's all Olisa Metu is. Yet, all these idiots trying to campaign against what we are doing, they cannot reason. Their brain is not that developed to understand it. How many Fulani politicians are in jail? And that is a simple question. How many Fulani, where is Ibrahim Lamode? How many Fulani arch-looters are in jail? None. But Olisa Metu is there. And you can't campaign for him. But you're an intellectual with your pen, blue, black, and red in your long sleeve, with your sandal slippers in Abuja, begging from one office. You're a PhD holder. You're begging money from one office to the other. And your brother is in jail. And you can't campaign for him. It has fallen on IPOB to do it. And the more, if you know people who are running the zoo, Aisha's boyfriend and all the rest of them, tell them. You see Olisa Metu, the more you're holding Olisa Metu, today's date is what? 22nd day of July 2020. The time now is 23 minutes past 8 p.m. in the evening in the blessed land of Biafra. The more they are holding Olisa Metu, what you're seeing now is just a tea party. The real dish is coming. Because we are not relenting. Is that everything that we do that we tell you? Is that everything that we are going to tell you? Of course not. I told you before in IPOB, I am the only one that knows everything. Together at the same time. Everybody knows what they are supposed to know. But the overall, I know. What we are doing to the zoo to collapse it, you have no idea. But is the zoo existing now? Of course not. Now listen very carefully. Olisa Metu was tried in a court of law, and as usual, the terror-sponsoring cabal used the Biafran judge to jail him merely for being an ardent critic of the dictator Buhari. If Olisa Metu is guilty, how come the man that gave him the money is not in jail? This is for the Efulefus working for the zoo but bearing Igbo names. I want you to ponder this if you understand what the meaning of the word ponder means. Go and think about it. Always fighting, losing battles, always. And when I said to them, let me tell you how foolish a black man is, especially a Nigerian, a Nigerian. Nigerian, that's the proper pronunciation, Nigerian. If you want to know how foolish a black man is, a Nigerian is, nigger. There was a tweet, please, I can publish it. A tweet by Aisha Buhari. the wife of the dead late dictator, brutal dictator, Muhammadu Buhari. She sent a tweet out. That was yesterday, was it 2 days ago? Let me check I don't have the date here. But I can find the date and put the date as well. She sent out a tweet. All of you agree with me that Aisha Muhammadu Buhari is a Muslim. Is that correct? Yes. All of you also know that in Islam, a woman takes the back seat. Is that correct? The answer is also yes. I'm assuming that Nigerians are reasonable enough to at least grasp this. Now listen. Aisha Buhari sent a text message. Inna lillahi wa inna ilahi. Let me leave out the Arabic. I think it's Inna lillahi wa inna ilahi rajiun. Hey. Now she wanted to say, on behalf of my family, I extend our condolence to Mrs. Hawa Isa Funtua and the entire family on the sudden death of Malam Ismaila Isa Funtua. I'm reading for you Aisha's tweet. Please. I'm reading her tweet for you. We pray that Allah, SWT, will grant him Al-Janatul Fidaus. Maybe that's the 72 virgins. I don't know. Don't ask me. Maybe Isa Funtua is with 72 virgins in Islamic heaven. I don't know. Now, she wanted to say, Malam Ismaila Isa Funtua will be remembered for his support to female politicians, especially his role to get them appointed into different boards in the last 4 years. May Allah grant his family the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. Amen. Now, some of you may have forgotten. I will take you back to the beginning. Here he said, on behalf of my family, Inna lillahi wa inna ilahi rajiun, on behalf of my family, Aisha Buhari wrote, on behalf of my family. How can she be issuing a condolence message? Not in her capacity as the first lady, but as the head of the family. She said it here now. On behalf of my family, it is here. Not in my capacity as the first lady, she said, on behalf of my family. Which means there is no husband, no equal on them, any boyfriend and lover. Do you now understand how foolish these people are? They will read this thing, they cannot dig deeper into it. Never. Now you understand how foolish Nigerians are. Your first lady is writing to you, saying, on behalf, which means me, Aisha, I am writing on behalf of the entire Buhari family. And I'm asking you, if Buhari is alive, will she be saying that? On behalf of the family? Huh? Do you see it now? On behalf of my family. Where is your husband? We'll get to his own later on. Then you will understand how foolish a Nigerian is. You will understand how daft. These people are so useless. They are so useless, it's untrue. I'm telling you. On behalf of my family. People, because we borrowed English language, we don't know the meaning of it. When somebody says on behalf, is I am speaking for my family. Then where is the man? The head of the house. You know, we have to be on an kneeling in Saudi Arabia. He's in a shallow grave in Saudi Arabia. Another proof that the dictator is long dead. I'm writing to Mr. President. Mr. President, you know, it's now shame for the zoo animals to admit that Hail Biafra Kanu was right all along. When you see some of them grumbling and complaining, not that they are complaining to do anything, just grumbling away. Buhari is there. If Buhari is there, why is the wife saying on behalf of the whole family? People who didn't go to school. You see why I hate zoo education. You people are behaving the way because you went to school in a zoo. In a zoo. In the deepest part of a zoo. You cannot reason very well. I don't expect you to understand the very simple nuance, very simple English language. On behalf of my family. What does that mean? On behalf, I am speaking for the whole family. And I'm saying for an Islamic woman, Buhari, when he was alive, was an Islamic man. How come? If Buhari is alive, you are speaking on behalf of the whole family. Ndara. Mad people everywhere. These are the idiots that want to debate with us. These are the fools that want to come and showcase their ignorance. And I keep begging them to come. I'm live on Friday. I'll be live on Friday. Come, let me educate you. And pour out your shame that the world may know. This goes to show that it's nothing like a living Buhari or president in the zoo. If they are aware of what need would there be for this manner of a press statement. As I read, somebody said, one young man, Valentine Wabweza, he wrote, and I quote, he said he believes in respecting other people's freedom, including freedom of ignorance. I think that's my attitude with zoo people. I respect your freedom, and I also respect your freedom to be ignorant if that is what you want to be. And now, and as you know, they know, as this whole thing is raging, did anybody say anything to them? No, we didn't say anything. But they have come out with a statement. Buhari fully in charge of his government. Who said it? Presidency. Oh, I forgot. I just want to prove to the world, because people are listening from all over the world. I want to prove to the world how foolish an average Nigerian is. I want to let you know that people graduate from universities in Nigeria and their brains are empty. Now, they want to prove that Buhari is alive. And Buhari did not come out to make a statement. Instead, something called the presidency. He did. Did I do any program about Buhari in the last few days? No. But out of guilty conscience and what we are doing on the ground, it is touching them. They are now saying Buhari is fully in charge of his government. Oh. Who said it? Oh, not Buhari. No, not him. By the presidency. It's a headline in Janjaweed newspaper, Premium Times. Do you see how foolish Nigerians are? Nigger people. Nigger people, they can't reason very well. That is what drives me insane. That's what drives me insane about these people. Buhari is in charge of his government according to presidency. Not Buhari saying anything. The presidency has released a statement below saying President Muhammadu Buhari was in charge of his government. Listen to it. That's the report. He said, Amaka, please cut out this piece and pay and post it. So, because if it's in an article, they will not read it. You know, people don't read it. You know, my COG black people, we don't read any lengthy article. No, we don't. Please cut out where Premium Times, a Fulani paper, reported it. Let me read what the paper said. Just like Aisha above, saying on behalf of my family, which means the man is no longer there. Let me read for you, please, what Fulani newspaper wrote about Buhari. He said, the presidency, listen, I'm quoting them verbatim. The presidency has released the statement below saying President Muhammadu Buhari was in charge of his government, contrary to reports. It's here now. Look at it. I'm looking at it here. Please, I'm going to cut out this bit and post it for them to see, for the world to see, for the zoo people. Let them have a look at it. Was past. It's called past tense. If some of you know, is present tense. Was. Let's just go to elementary English now. Since people in the zoo are so foolish, they can't understand simple English language. Was means is in the past. Had they said is, that means he's in charge of his government now. But they released a statement from Asorok saying that Muhammadu Buhari was in charge of his government before. No, not now anymore. Somebody saying that I speak Arabic very well on my Facebook page at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why won't I? Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me, Zoo. He was in charge in the past. Please post it so they can see. Zoo animals, they cannot reason very well. That is why I can't stand them. Any animal from the zoo, I cannot stand. Now, listen very carefully. That's another one. From the same Premium Times. I use them because they are the mouthpiece of the Fulani Janjaweed, the Caliphate. This is the newspaper. Buhari, Atiku, Saraki orders Mon Issa Funtua. So Buhari, Atiku, Saraki are mourning himself into when the wife of Buhari is saying on behalf of the family. So which Buhari is this one then? Which Buhari is this one? Which Buhari is this? When Aisha had already sent her condolence message on behalf of the Buhari family, which other Buhari is now mourning himself into her? Do you see the joke that is the zoo? Do you now understand how foolish the zoo is? That tells you all you need to know. And that is why they're afraid of us. That is why they're afraid. Thankfully, you know my happiness is that we are winning souls every day. Every blessed day we are winning souls. And there is this soul here that we have won over. I don't know his name, but I'll try and play what he's been saying. That goes to show that what we are saying is working. Listen. Listen.
Forget the fellow citizen Aso Rock. If we had a president will issue directive. If we had a president, these people won't be doing this. You can't do this under Obasanjo. Even under President Jonathan that people thought was weak, you can't do this because you know there's somebody there. But in this case, the president Aso Rock appears unaware, appears aloof, appears incompetent, appears interested in what is going on. He has no knowledge. He doesn't know how to go about the whole thing.
Yes.
That is why ministers can disagree amongst themselves. There's no coordination. And that's why government can have policy somersault because there's no interagency cooperation.
Can I digress just a bit?
The journalist wants to digress. The man is telling him there is nobody there. You cannot have a president and all this nonsense will be happening. It is impossible. Even Jonathan, that was a very weak president. A weak president he was. This couldn't have happened under his watch. The man is saying, we have at least one convert. We have looked at everything. There is no way you can have a president and all this nonsense will be happening. And Uma said, let's digress a little bit. Let me play it again, please. Listen.
As we speak, there's no president and commander-in-chief in this country. Forget the fellow citizen
as we speak, let me play it again. He's a Nigerian, no? He's an ardent intellectual. He's an elite Nigerian. He's here telling you that there is nobody in Aso Rock. Nobody there. You can fool yourselves all you like. Issue 1 million press statements. Bribe Facebook to do your dirty work for you. Give all the money to Zuckerberg. We are not perturbed. We are marching on full steam ahead to collapse the zoo. Because something will happen and the world will say, we want to see you, tell us what's happening. And then they will come and they will see the rubber mask will fall off. And they say, hey, is this what you've been doing? We know. If I tell you to follow us, I know what I'm saying, I know what I'm doing. You will see it. And some of you will say, I said so. Let me start from the beginning. To tell you how foolish Nigerians are, that Nigerians they are born hopeless. At least this one is a convert. His senses are beginning to, it's about putting 1 and 1 together to get 2. You say you have a president, but all these things are happening. Has it happened in the past before? The answer is no. Now, why is it happening? Because there's nobody there. Let us hear him once again, please.
As we speak, there's no president and commander-in-chief in this country. Forget the fellows.
He's saying it on national television. As we speak, there is no president or commander-in-chief, not Nnamdi Kanu. But somebody, please post that very clip that they may see it. That the world may see it. You can't listen to these our lectures and you'll be the same again. This is where we rescue black people from idiocy. Where we rescue black people from stupidity. It's like an orphanage. We are an orphanage where we rescue people abandoned by reason and common sense. People who they have nothing to cling on to in life. They come here and we cleanse them. We wash them and we give them clothing. And you tell who they? We cream them very well and put perfume on them. Not that Fulani perfume. When they go past you, you inhale it and you want to collapse. Proper one. Are you hearing him? There is no president in this zoo. Only an idiot writing. I want to write to Mr. President. Which president is that, Mr.? Is it Aisha you're writing to? Aisha is sending condolence message on behalf of her whole family. Now listen carefully. People think that NDDC, NPPC, or NCP, all these idiotic CCC everywhere, including APC, and every decayed institution in the zoo is the problem. What they fail to understand is that the main corruption happened in Europe before they came to create you as a zoo for the British. Listen, do you know how much the Fulani Janjaweed are spending to keep the zoo as one, to keep IPOB at bay? Do you know how much they're spending? Do you know how much they are spending to try to confuse all of you? You have no idea. Now, let me tell you something. If your uncle, your aunt, your sister is a beneficiary of the corruption in NDDC, won't you support one Nigeria? I'm asking some of you who are Biafrans hardcore. I'm saying if your family is a member of the looting club, looters club, that is looting everywhere, won't you support one Nigeria? As a black person that you are, of course you will. These black people, you will. This UG, black. Now listen to this, please. The world knows and understands how stupid black people are. I want to prove it to you tonight. You know, they say, oh, but if your child is listening, go and tell your child that what uncle is saying is correct, so that your child may be able to reason properly. Now listen to me, please. I want to prove to you tonight that the whole world understands how foolish black people are, not just in Africa, but all over the world. Some of you may get upset about this when I say what I'm about to say, but you know in your heart of hearts that I am correct. You know that what I'm saying is correct. You know fully well that what I'm saying is true. Why am I saying what I'm saying? If not for our collective idiocy, why would Bill Gates and his wife have the temerity, the audacity to come out and to say that black people will be used as guinea pigs for their vaccines, their coronavirus vaccine? When we said that this man is evil, people said it's conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory. I want you to hear what Bill Gates said to understand how evil this man is and his wife. Bill Gates, you are a black, you nigger people, nigger. I call you nigger because you have refused to reason. Listen to what white people are planning for you because you are stupid. That is why they are planning to experiment with you, and in so doing they are going to sterilize you. Our mothers can no longer be pregnant anymore. They want to control the population of black people. That has been the long life dream of the Gates family. That is, they are called eugenics. They want only white people to inhabit the world. When I say it now, tomorrow BBC will write rubbish. I want to prove it to BBC. This is the video clip of Bill Gates and his wife talking about COVID-19. This is Bill Gates and the wife, and Melinda, saying what they will do to you niggers. Because why? You have refused to reason. This is the consequences. Being a nigger has a price. And I want you to hear from Bill Gates how useless and worthless you are, and why only Biafra can save all of you. Listen very carefully, please. Listen.
They deserve to get this vaccine first. And from there, you want to do tiering in various countries to make sure your most vulnerable populations get it. In our country, that would be blacks and Native Americans, people with underserved conditions, and the elderly. And so we need to look at as a globe, and we're involved
with
European leaders,
blacks,
African leaders, and Southeast Asia to make sure there's a purchasing fund that can pull that vaccine through when it's available and get it out in wide-scale distribution.
You know, in fact, the testing could have been ramped up very quickly in a few countries that have almost avoided the epidemic entirely, like Taiwan, New Zealand, Australia. You know, they took their experience and actually prepared, and so they moved a lot faster. So we, you know, we'll have to prepare for the next one. That, you know, I'd say is will get attention this time.
Are you ever listening? Bill Gates said, the serious people are laughing at me with COVID-19. The new one is coming. That one will come and then you will know I'm serious. But meanwhile, Melinda, my wife, and me, we have vaccines. Some governments have purchased the vaccines, and those governments have agreed to test it on their black population. Oh dear, you know, sometimes I sit down and because I'm always a very troubled man anyway. I think a lot. I think too much. As Nnamdi Kanu said, my namesake, I'm a thinker, and the night time is my friend, which means insomnia, because sometimes I hardly sleep. Sometimes I go for 3 days without sleeping, just thinking as to where the stupidity of a black man is leading us to. Do you know what Bill Gates and the wife said? That they have vaccines and the governments have agreed they will start testing it on black people. This is the cost of idiocy. You see, you black people, when you're going about backstabbing each other, fooling yourselves, saying you're a Nigerian, you want one nigger area and all the rest of it, this is the consequence. The world knows you're daft. The world knows that only an animal can answer a name that is given. Just like Bendel, Midwest Delta, Niger Delta, all the rest, South, all that rubbish. Any name they give you, you answer. Before, Cross River State was Southeast. Today it is now East Central, that is now called Southeast. We all answer. Any name they give us, we answer. The only thing that can answer any name you give to it is an animal, a pussycat or a dog. If you call your dog Shibio, it will answer. You name the dog Bingo, it will answer. You name the dog Whiskey, the dog will answer you. The dog has no choice. That was what black people did in Africa. A white man will come. Oh, your name is now Nigeria. Your name is Niger. The other one. Oh, your name is Cameroon. Your name is Gold Coast. Your name is Upper Volta. Thankfully, those ones, they woke up in the morning and said enough of this rubbish. They changed their names to Ghana and to what is Upper Volta again? What's it called? To oh my goodness. I remember it. It's escaped me. I'm too upset. It escaped me. The capital is Ouagadougou, isn't it? It's called Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso. They changed their name. But your history, your prof who is a professor at university cannot tell you that the people of Ghana changed their name from Gold Coast to Ghana. They won't tell you that Upper Volta changed their name from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso. They won't tell you that, will they? The same way you are a zoo animal in Nigeria. I'm a proud Nigerian. I'm proud nigger. This is Bill Gates and the wife. A white man came into Africa and turned your brains upside down. Made it impossible for you to reason. That is why they're afraid of IPOB. They made it impossible for you to reason. As a nigger. You are answering Nigeria. A name that is abhorrent. If you call somebody the full name Nigerian abroad, you will go to jail. But a monkey, a baboon from Africa, I'm a proud Nigerian, I'm a proud Nigerian, I'm a proud Nigerian. And I look at them, and I'm just looking at them because they're ignorant. They're ignorant. Let's continue. White Europeans came to Africa, enslaved all of us with the help of our own people. Don't forget that, please, very important. We helped them to enslave us very carefully. They took us to their farms in the Americas as farm animals. You know the way a donkey will walk a farm. Some movies you see a donkey, or in India you see a cow driving a plow through the field. That was what they used us for. In other words, a black man left the shores of the coast of Africa and went to America and became an animal. They used us in the farm. And most times in these farms, you have a family of one white man, the wife, and 4 kids, controlling nearly 200 black people. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. Oh dear. Controlling nearly 200 black people. And we won't do anything to them. We leave them and ask them, Massa, and Miss. We take care of their children. their children, and if they die, they pass us on as a property to their children. Will be named in the will as property of the inheriting son or daughter, as the case may be. Black people. So when you see somebody who is unreasonable fighting those fighting for their freedom, you remember how foolish we were and where we are coming from. And you know that he or she is one of those people that went to America as a farm animal. In the field, you have 200 black people. In the house, you only have one white man, the wife, and four children, controlling 200 black people. They brought it into Africa. That is why they named us Nigeria. And somebody with a degree can come out and say, I am a proud Nigerian. I'm a proud Nigerian. Somebody that went to a university? Good Lord have mercy. Bill Gates never said Chinese will get the vaccines, or Latinos, or Asians, or Europeans, or whites. He specifically mentioned black people. I know that bastion of racism, the BBC will rush out tomorrow to try and protect Bill Gates and say, I misunderstood him. But you have his word here. Please, Amaka, post the video so that the world can listen to it. To Bill Gates. And when I say to people that we are in a mess, they don't understand it. I want to show you that the mess we are in as black people is not restricted to Bill Gates. The time now is 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes to 9 p.m. in the land of Biafra. But I'm teaching. I don't want to stop, please. I'm teaching this very gospel. I don't want to stop. I have to teach it. Elohim asked me to do so, and I must do so tonight. Very, very important, please. I want to prove to you once again the depth of the stupidity of a black man. And this time closer to home. I want to prove it to you. I don't hate anybody, but I want to prove to you so that when people are saying, oh, I'm a proud Nigerian, you can understand where their idiocy is coming from. You know it is natural. It is natural. I want to prove to you tonight that Bill Gates is saying what he's saying because Bill Gates knows that blacks are stupid. That's why he can open his mouth and say that we need to start testing vaccines on black people. Do you know what I want you to understand this very day? I don't know why this very news won't open. I don't know what is wrong with it. I'm going to open it. I'll read it for you. And you'll be shocked. When I tell you that we blacks, there is something wrong with us, I know what I am talking about. And I want to prove it to each and every one of you tonight. What is happening, what they have done, and what they are going to continue doing to us as a people. Because we have failed to reason. We have failed to reason. We have failed to reason. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Maybe they have taken the news down. Oh no, it's here. Sarumi Aliyu, Oyo State indigenes in Lebanon used as slaves to be brought back home soon. I'm going to read the news for you. This is the type of news. But before they were taken as slaves, I'm sure they were saying they are proud one Nigerians. We are one Nigerians. We are one Nigerians. They went to Lebanon and they are slaves in Lebanon. In this day and age, 21st century, black people are still, this time around, voluntary slaves in Lebanon. There is something wrong with us, isn't it? Something is wrong with our brain. The senior special assistant to Oyo State Governor on Diaspora Affairs, Mrs. Bolanle Sarumi Aliyu, has declared the government's readiness to evacuate 40 women of Oyo State origin from Lebanon. Mrs. Sarumi Aliyu, in an interview with journalists on Tuesday in Ibadan, said Oyo State is working to ensure that its over 40 female indigenes who were sold into slavery in Lebanon are brought back home. Who sold them into slavery? Who do you think did that? Black people. Selling their own sisters into slavery. And they have no shame, no honor, and no dignity. 40 of them. I'm sure it was an Igbo man that sold them to slavery in Lebanon. They are slaves. Or your state is bringing them back. These are black people. Blacks who should be fighting for freedom, but instead they are selling their own sisters, selling their own women, selling their own women into servitude, selling them into slavery. This is a black man for you. This is a black man for you. Now you see it. 40 of them, Yoruba Odua women in Lebanon, sold as slaves by black people. Blacks selling black people into slavery. That is the extent, that is how dark their heart is. So when a white man is painting a Satan, Lucifer to be black, you can understand the reason why. I don't blame them. I don't. Who sold them into slavery? Black people. Blacks. And the idiot that sold them into slavery, I'm sure has no shame. He or she would have no shame. They will come out and will be talking openly. Do you see it? No honor and no dignity. 40 of them sold into slavery. Oyo State government, Mrs. Sharumi Aliyu, is saying that Oyo State government, and kudos to Oyo State government, they are planning to bring them back from slavery that they were sold into by fellow black men. Now you understand it? Zoological Republic, where evil is celebrated. Evil and wickedness is celebrated. Evil, somebody is committing a crime that in the olden days they will be stoned to death for it. And they still have the guts to come out to show their faces. I don't understand it. I don't. I don't understand it. I don't. Unbelievable. Let us go to Bill Gates. Blacks in America prepare for COVID-19 vaccine test. You are now the guinea pig. Blacks in America. 3 minutes to 9 p.m. in the land of Biafra. I must preach, please. I must preach. Facebook will do their worst. It doesn't bother me. I must preach this gospel. I must preach it. Unbelievable. Since its inception, underlying all these things is a culture of corruption. And I'm beginning to wonder, does it mean that the same way that black people are predisposed to ignorance and stupidity, does it also mean that black people, as well as being very wicked naturally, are we also people who by nature condone evil? I don't know, because I don't condone evil. Since its inception, the NDDC, NNPC, all those PC people, they have, as somebody wrote, they have been a waste pipe or conduit through which the people's money is being siphoned by the same people appointed to oversee it. People are now saying that the famous NNPC, and in fact, even NNPC should be scrapped. But what should be scrapped is Nigeria. Your Nigeria should be scrapped. That nigger area should be scrapped. Not NDDC or NNPC. Nigeria is the problem. Nigeria is the problem. Nigger area is the problem. And the stupidity of a black man is the key. A black man will wake up and sell women. Sell his own sister. Sell his sisters. And still get up in the morning the next day to talk in public. God forbid evil. God forbid Satan. People who should be stoned in the market square. Abomination. 40 of them are in Lebanon. 40 women are in Lebanon. Sold into slavery by black people, black men. Foolish people. And their youth, some of our youth, very foolish, beyond repair. Very foolish. You know, the thing about an unreasonable mind is that they are not amenable to reason. No matter the school they go to, how many degrees they accumulate, a nigger is a nigger as stupid as anything you can think of. Forget the degrees, all rubbish. I told the zoo, give me Biafra, they said, I said, I will destroy you with the truth. I won't fire a gun, I won't shoot at anybody, no. Of course not. Only with gun, when truth is more potent. I will destroy Nigeria with the truth. Only the truth. Children of Lucifer. Let me see the idiot who will come to my house. I'm a Nigerian. We Nigerians. Foolish people everywhere. What is going on in the zoo is heavyweight corruption. Which part of the zoo is not corrupt? I'm asking you. Name one that is not corrupt. I said name one. Is it your presidency that is receiving stolen goods from EFCC? Is it the army? Is it the army that is so corrupt that soldiers are abandoning them? Which part of the zoo? Is it the judiciary? That a judge will come to court with 2 envelopes. One judgment if you pay him or her. The other one if you don't pay. Name one aspect of the zoo called Nigeria that is normal. Name one aspect. Name one, I'm asking you. None. That is why there are animals in a zoo perambulating. As I said, I am going to advertise. If you want to go and view animals in Africa, please don't disturb the lions and the zebra you have in East Africa. Please come to Nigeria and see how animals behave in broad daylight. Somebody will come and be running a connection house. Somebody selling his own sisters. And do you know what I find? You know, these days when they give birth to babies, these days the palm of their hands are open. You know, when we are small, you know, when a child is given birth to, I don't know, maybe it has to do with Indomie. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Indomie or what, I don't know. Maybe it's Big Brother. I don't know. You know, when a child is born, you see the baby will clench his or her fist. It will take weeks before the hands will open. But these days, you give birth to a child at 12 o'clock, a minute past 12, his or her hands are open. Maybe that is the issue. Why somebody will sell the sister and still come out in the public to talk. God forbid. God forbid. Sit down. Now, what is going on, as somebody wrote, not me, somebody wrote, and I'm reading what somebody wrote, is heavyweight corruption involving the Fulani. As I told you, the Fulani, they are the cancer. Fulani is the cancer. They are, oh my goodness. Fulani is the cancer. Fulani is the cancer. They are irredeemably corrupt, believe you me. I'm telling you the truth. They are liars and they are deceivers. Fulani. They deceived Hausa. Before Hausa could wake up, they have conquered them. They deceived everybody all the way to Oduduwa land. They went to the issue of Nupe, they deceived him. They went to the Ata of Igala, they deceived him. When will you people learn that Fulani is playing with? Fulani is the fulcrum of corruption. Because they produce nothing. They have nothing to lose. They have nothing. There is a woman called Sadiya Umar Farouk. I know her as the girlfriend of Abakiyari. I know that very. I don't want to go into that side. It's a private matter. They can do whatever they like. That's their business. Mrs. Sadiya Umar Farouk is a Fulani woman and one of the most corrupt human beings on this earth. She is the Minister for Humanitarian Affairs and Social Welfare. She told her fellow animals in the zoo, Nigerians, that she spent 600 billion naira feeding school kids during the lockdown. But nobody called her for House of Reps questioning that is happening in NDDC. Look at how much she spent. Look at how much NDDC spent 81 billion. But they gave one Fulani woman, only one woman, 600 billion. Tell me why she will not support one Nigeria. Tell me why her family should not be against IPOB. Tell me why those they recruit, those hungry umokoko, you know, like if you want to feed pigeon. But like in those days, you be giving the pigeon joro, pigeon will be coming until you trap it. That's how they are giving to umokoko, baby sabo, all these idiots, without any means of livelihood. Sadia Umar Farouk, what did she spend? How much? 600 billion. Has she been probed? No. Do you know why? Because the Fulani controls the legislature. They control the judiciary. They control the executive. They try you when they say your time is up. What is happening now is that cabal changed hands. So another group is now in charge. And now probing another group, that's all. Just, tit for that. They didn't share the money very well. They did not give Malami his own share. That's why he's upset with Magu. Look at this woman here, the most corrupt of them. 600 billion she spent feeding school kids that nobody can see. Fulani. And a fool will come tomorrow and tell me about one Nigeria. Let's make Nigeria great. Let's make Nigeria one. Some idiots will say they want Igbo presidency 2023. 2023 presidency. Oh my goodness. The same woman said, on top of the 600 billion, I want you to follow this very carefully. 1 year, this woman has spent over 2 trillion naira, trillion in her budget. No questioning. Nobody knows where the money went. Fulani, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Hey, 850 billion unaccounted for. Yet the whole Nigeria is shaking. Only NDDC 86 billion. Everybody's dancing. Hey, NDDC, Nigeria data is corrupt. It's only it. But one Fulani woman have spent 850 billion. 600 billion for school feeding. Are you following me? 250 billion again for palliatives to geopolitical zones in the north. And you're busy writing, I'm a Nigerian. Let's move Nigeria forward. These are the people you're moving forward. Are these the people you're moving forward? Fulani and her allies have decided to scrap the NDDC and the Niger Delta Ministry. But they are busy fattening themselves. By the time this regime is done with you zoo animals, anyway, of course, you are niggers. What do you know? You went to America, you worked for 260 years without pay. You know, people don't know the meaning of slavery in America. Blacks in America, they will give birth to their children. Their children is the property of the man, of their own owner as well. So one day they can decide to sell your child to the nearest person, and people were repulsed by it. But today, after so many years, today, 21st century, there are black men, Igbo men, selling women into slavery. And we are clapping for them. This black people. You are clapping for somebody who sells a slave dealer. You are clapping for them. Do you see why I hate the way you people reason? Black people. You have no conscience. You have no empathy. You have no soul. That is why they paint you black. That is why Lucifer is a black man. Because of the way you behave. Black people. Somebody is a slave dealer selling your sisters and you're clapping. Yeah? Hey, ride on, my brother, ride on. Good sell. How much sales did you make last week? Well done, ride on. Oh dear me. Black people. I sold the covered vehicles to Asorok. Magu, these are people claiming they are fighting corruption. They are selling cars to the presidency. Now they are car dealers. The same way some Igbo boys are slave dealers of their own sisters. Now you understand it? Your zoo. Magu is now an auto dealer selling cars to Asorok, and they're buying at knockdown price, and you don't have to pay. You come and carry it, and from the budget, the money will come out. From your ministry budget, the money will come out. This is why I hate the zoo Nigeria with a passion. This is why I despise Nigeria. This is why I hate Nigeria with every sinew in my body. That is why any idiot telling me about one Nigeria, I hate you even more. Because you're a fool, you cannot reason very well. Somebody wrote again, not me. Until people begin to demand for accountability from their leaders and hold them responsible, the wolves in political cassocks will continue to blossom. I ask you to look at the Enugu, an example. I want everything I'm saying is about the mind of a black man. Look at Enugu. Please find the picture of Enugu, those pictures of Enugu Onisha Expressway. Somebody find that picture, give it to Amaka. Amaka, please publish it. To buttress my point, if you're watching on Facebook only, on my page at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not the fake one that they create. No, they love my name so much. If you don't mention Nnamdi Kanu, you are nobody. We own them. Nobody knows who they are. You have to mention Nnamdi Kanu for people to listen to you. That is the stranglehold we have over your lives. We own you. They opened a fake account again with my name. But the real one, I think I have nearly 500, I don't know if it is followers or so. 500,000 followers. That's the real one. Go there. Amaka, please post those pictures of Enugu Onisha Expressway. Now, as you're looking at that picture, if you have it, post it on my wall, please, on my page. As you're looking at that very picture, do you know who is responsible for the state of that road? His name is Ike Kuremadu. And do you know the funniest thing? There are graduates and PhD holders who are supporting him. They come, they see that road, they know the road is unpassable, you cannot use it. All the money that Jonathan voted for that road, a human being, one person put it inside his pocket. Do you know what he did? He went and rented about 4 E-rats. They are all graduates without a job. Give them money. Say, please defend me. Anybody who talks about this road or tries to implicate me, please go after them and attack them. And they are writing to defend somebody that stole a critical, vital infrastructure away from them. Now you understand the type of zoo that people are in. Now you understand it? Do you see the mind of a black man? You are a graduate, you have no job. The person who is making your life a misery now contracted you and is giving you 2,000 naira every week to defend him, and you accepted. Now tell me why I should have regard for the school, your alma mater, the school that you went through. Tell me why I should respect you. Others say that they are PhD holders. You have PhD. Is it PhD in ignorance or PhD in idiocy? And somebody who pocketed the money meant for Enugu Onisha Express, you put it in his pocket, and then hired you to attack those exposing him. Because you're a black man. You are black. Now, when you start complaining about the Europeans painting Lucifer black or the devil black, you look at yourself first and see what you have done. Look at it. Look at that road. And before you start complaining and blaming anybody else, I want to tell you tonight that the money meant for that road, the billions for that road, is with Ike Kuremadu. Where is the money? Where is it? Now you understand, don't you? Oh dear me. Oh dear me. Enugu on the Expressway. And they want us to regard them as intellectuals, as leaders, as pillars of society, as the elite. You are making our life a misery. We cannot travel from Onitsha to Enugu. The money meant for the road, you stole the money, you ate all, I wouldn't say it, you bought your houses in Dubai. And you still come out and tell me that things will be better. We should vote for you, things will be better tomorrow. Do you see how our people behave? Oh dear me. Or is it Ebonyi State? Ebonyi. Is it Ebonyi? As we are campaigning all over the world that we are in very serious trouble, our dear Governor Dave Umahi in Ebonyi State is conducting what he called Interfaith Dialogue Forum for Peace. This is Ebonyi State that without IPP by now they would have been gone. We are fighting in Ebonyi and losing men every blessed day. I don't want to tell. If I release the picture now, they will say, "Oh, Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. He's fighting. He's fighting Fulani in Ebonyi." I have all the pictures and the videos. I have them. In Ebonyi State, where they are killing us and taking over our land. In Ebonyi State, that has the finest, should I say, Islamic secondary school in the whole of West Africa. They want to take our land over by force. It's where they're having interfaith dialogue. Do you know why they're doing it? So that Nigeria will now tell their consultants in America to write to Pompeo, telling Pompeo that Ebonyi State, that Nnamdi Kanu claims Ebonyi State is part of Biafra, and that Fulani terrorists are killing Christians. Can't you see in his so-called Biafra, they are holding interfaith dialogue? Do you see what our people are doing? Trying to undermine us and the work we are doing. Can you see it? Can you see it? I ask. Governor Dave Umahi came up with this very trick in Ebonyi State, which is a complete deceit in all aspects. They are trying to cover the Islamization because Dave Umahi wants to be the president. Or vice, not president, but of course vice. They know nobody in their right mind will say to an Igbo man, take presidency. They know it's not going to happen. They're joking for VP position. He called the program Interfaith Dialogue Forum for Peace. He claims he wants to unite all Christians and Muslims together in Ebonyi State to prove to the world that Nigeria is not having any issue at all on religion. The same thing Hausa did. What our dear governor is doing in Ebonyi State was exactly what the Hausa kings did. They allowed the Fulani to come. They said they have come to teach us interfaith, old Islam and new Islam, and new ways to do things. Before they woke up, every king has been killed, replaced by a Fulani emir. Why can't you learn from history? Because those who do not learn from history has a very canny attitude of repeating it. And history will always repeat itself. Why are we making all these mistakes? Why? I keep asking you. Because what matters to the likes of Dave Umahi is that he is the president. What if Fulani like they can take over his land? It doesn't matter. It's cutting off your nose. I wouldn't even say cutting off your face to spite your cutting off your nose to spite your face. No, it's way worse than that. Very sad indeed. He must retrace his steps. We said we're not going to attack anybody, but if you do something bad, we'll highlight it. This is terrible. This interfaith nonsense is terrible. It is terrible. Pocketing the money meant for Enugu on the expressway is horrible. The same thing to Igbocha Enugu, horrible thing to do. And we can't condone it. Others can condone it. We cannot condone it. It's impossible. I won't condone it. I can't condone it. It's impossible. All you are trying to do is to get people not to believe in Biafra. To give the wrong impression to the international community that even in Ebonyi State that is part of Biafra, we are working, is now partly Muslim territory, and we're working with them to establish peace. Peace over what? Oh, okay. People asking for peace, somebody must have started a war. For you to have peace, there must be war, isn't it? So who started the war that led to the peace that you're now trying to negotiate? Nigeria. Look at what our governors did and are still doing. And look at what the governors are doing in the north. Please try and publish this for me. In Katsina, their own governors signed a peace accord with murderers and with killers. But I attended one meeting with governors in Enugu. They said, come back another time. We're not going to schedule for a subsequent meeting. When I left, they conspired and said, oh, no, we don't need him here anymore. Let's go and kill him. But in the north, your counterparts in the north, this is IPOB that bears no arms or nothing, but your counterparts in the north, they are dealing with terrorists and murderers, and they're giving them money. They are signing peace accord with them. And tomorrow you want us to love you. Do you see how impossible that is? Katsina killings, we signed peace accord with bandits to avoid loss of lives, but they betrayed us, Governor Masari says. Do you understand it now? There is corruption going on. Terrorists are everywhere killing soldiers, and bandits are getting paid. All in that same one Nigeria, your one Nigeria that you want me to belong to. I wish people can understand. Furthermore, I am saying that the whole nonsense NDDC charade should stop because everybody is corrupt. After all, in Katsina, the villages in the state of the so-called hard man you claim is alive. Villagers in Katsina are paying terrorists not to kill them. In the home state of somebody you claimed is a hard man, is coming to restore security. And all of you are mopishly and sheepishly walking about every day as if nothing is happening. Nobody can ask him, you claim Buhari is alive. And in his home state, people are paying monthly fees to bandits to evade attacks. And he has not said anything. And that said Buhari is alive. Jonathan bombed, Yejirika bombed Boko Haram, and Jonathan and Buhari spoke. And now his own village is under attack, and he cannot say anything. And that same Buhari is alive. You people, people are sick in the brain, honestly speaking. Sick in the brain, all of you. What people don't know is our strategy and why we do things the way we do it. They cannot comprehend it. When I told you that Buhari was, why every time is this, Buhari is not, Asorok is empty. But do you know that the infighting you're seeing now, all these one set of cabal probing another set and vice versa, is because there is nobody there? In Asorok? When was the last time you saw Sibajo? Nobody can tell me. I mean live on television talking. Nobody can tell me. When was the last time you saw Buratai? Nobody can tell me. Buratai, his own case is Operation Python Dance. Of course he's gone. Forget all the nonsense they're telling you. People who do not understand our strategy question our motive and question our modus operandi, the way we operate. They don't understand it. Somebody, I wouldn't have talked about it, but somebody inboxed me I'll say, sent me a WhatsApp message and said, what is this thing? He said to me, oh, but what is your structure? I said, but who asked you to inquire about IPOB structure? He said, nobody. Just tell me, I want to understand. I'm at a loss. And do you know what I said to him? I said to him that IPOB structure is designed to withstand any shock wave from any quarter. That was why even after my incarceration, the various attempts to kill me, my days of recuperating from injuries, my trip to Israel and subsequent public appearance, IPOB remained intact. Despite every attempt to break it, it didn't break. For those who may not know and those who are, should I say, educationally challenged, those that went to those schools where they don't teach you anything, I want you to understand what the word structure means within an organizational context. I would like you to simply Google the word, or should I say a set of words. Ask Google now. Google, please, what is an organizational structure? Because I said to the man, he's an elderly man. I said to him, I said to him, do you know that IPOB is an organization? He said yes. I said, okay. Can you please go and Google what is an organizational structure? And this is the answer you're going to find. An organizational structure defines how activities such as who does what, task allocation, coordination, and supervision are directed towards the achievement of the organizational aims. Now, very simply, it means how the leadership or the hierarchical structure of IPOB is. That is the meaning of structure. What are we looking for? Biafra. How this structure can deliver Biafra. Now, it went on to say that organizational structure affects organizational action and provides the foundation on which standard operating procedures and routines rest. Go and Google it. Now listen to this. And I said to the man, I engaged him for a while. I said to him, have you seen what Google said about being organizational? He said yes. I said, okay, now listen to me. I asked him, who is the leader of IPOB? He said, me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's you. I said, okay. I said, and who is my deputy? He said, oh, it's Uchemefo. I said, okay. I said, do you know about DOS? He said, yes. I said, who leads DOS? He said, oh, I don't know. I said, I'll tell you. DOS is headed by Mazi Nnamdi. And under Mazi Nnamdi, we have the continental reps. And under the, please, some of you are very creative, you're very intelligent. I want somebody, before I finish this program tonight, to draw an organizational chart, the structure of IPOB, so that the idiots that claim they don't know, they will know. Because they didn't go to school. They don't know the meaning of the word structure. If you hear a word on our talk sugar, you'll be using a structure. They don't even know the meaning of it. So are you trying to say that IPOB has no leader, no deputy leader, no DOS, no continental reps, no national coordinators, no regional coordinators or state coordinators, as the case may be in the zoo and in the USA? Don't we no longer have local government coordinators? Don't we have zonal coordinators? Don't we have unit coordinators? In other words, IPOB, structurally speaking, is the most sound organization in the world, and I will tell you why. You have the apex leadership. You have the leader, and under the office of the leader, as you can see IPOB today, our structure was set up to deal with internal sabotage. That is why no human being, I'm telling you the truth, no matter who you are, no human being can collapse IPOB. It is impossible. And you cannot divide it either. You can't. If you mess up, you'll be kicked out. You can never divide it. Never is impossible. Do you know why? Because of our structure. We run a command and control structure. Because IPOB is a movement, it's not a political party yet. It may become one in the future, but not yet. At the apex, you have the leader, myself. And under my office, you have the deputy. And after that, coming down, you have the DOS, headed by Chike Doziem and Mazi Nnamdi deputizing for him. Somebody should be drawing a map, a chart for IPOB to educate the morons and the idiots who don't know anything. And under that, what do you have? Continental reps, who are members of DOS. And some other ESCO members. And under the continental reps, you have, like in Africa, every nation we have presence in Africa now reports to George Onibe as the continental rep for Africa. In other words, Gabon, Togo, everywhere, Ghana, everywhere, they report to him. And inside Ghana, you have regional coordinators. So even an ordinary, I wouldn't say ordinary, even the Ghanaian national coordinator have layers of structure working under him. How can any human being with brain in this world say IPOB has no structure? Do you see why I worry when people are educated in the zoo? Once Biafra is restored, all of you with degrees in the zoo, you will go back to school. Oh? I'm honestly speaking, you go and do a crash course in school. You go and do a crash course. If you don't know what the word structure means, that means you know nothing. Your brains are empty. You know nothing. I believe that is very, very clear now. So that is how we are. So how can, there is no movement on this earth that has presence in over 100 countries and places around the world. Nobody. And in each place, in anywhere you go to, if you travel now and you enter South Africa, the first person you will see is the IPOB National Coordinator for South Africa. And under him, you have the various states or regions. with their coordinators. And under that same coordinator, you have the zones and the units. Which other organization has that anywhere in the world? Even IPOB. As they used to say in my place, you know, we are so beautiful. IPOB is so beautiful. So when you look around, there is nothing to talk about. You say, oh, structure. Not knowing you are making a fool of yourself, all of you. In Biafra land, as you are screening those for DNA, for offsprings of Janjaweed, we are screening your certificate. Once you are from the zoo from 1984 up to now, you go back to whatever you may have studied, you go back and do 1 year refresher course. If people who have degrees don't know the meaning of structure, then we are in trouble. We are in very serious trouble, I tell you. Hey. And for those of you who like to be engaged with what we are doing on a daily basis, I am going to reel out a few names for you. These are the people who are broadcasting. If one of them is not on, the other person is on. They are the people that you must go to listen to. Very, very important, please. They are the people you must go to listen to. And I will tell you, Owa, Sophia, Obaze, Onajita, Ego, Robot, the Biafra child, Chineke, Onyoma, Prince Darlington, Isoko Biafra is on Facebook doing program. Chimamanda is there doing is Lizzie. Her name Mayegun is there preaching for Duduwa. The person that I recommend you must listen to. Mayegun, you must go and listen to him. Very, very important. Efe or Wanogo, you must listen to her. Adobe Biafra, you must listen to her. Uforma Biafra, you must listen to her. Of course, you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important. Emmanuel Jr. Chibuz Oyeguatu is doing a very good job. Patrick Ikem, the same thing. Mazi Chika Austin is broadcasting. Onyemechi Oba is broadcasting. Ada Nsoka is broadcasting, and many more. As you broadcast and as I watch you, and I feel that you're up to the pedigree, I will announce your name. People will go and they watch you. These are the people you should be listening to. If you're bored, you don't want to, go and listen to them. They have something to say. There's Onyebuchi, is Onyemechi Oba here? Onyemechi Oba is here. There is another, I don't know if this our brother from South Africa is here. I've forgotten his name. I don't know if his name is here. I'll make sure that I include him next time. These are the people you go and listen to. Go and listen to them. These are the people you listen to. They are the ones that they will help reset your brain, so at least you can begin to reason like a human being. And what we are all saying, all of us, all these people, I mentioned their names, and all of us, most of us who are listening, what we are saying here is that Ohaneze issued a statement saying, with the mood of the nation today, an Igbo man will hopefully succeed Muhammad Buhari. And we are telling them now, we are not interested in your 2023 presidency. Write whatever garbage you like. Send whoever you like to write whatever nonsense they want to write. We are not interested. Nobody with their right senses will be interested in being in a zoo like Nigeria. Nobody. We are not interested in your presidency. And can never be. And can never be. For your information. Before they start saying we have insulted anybody, could anybody who is today clamoring for their turn to loot, which is what it is all about, and as you know, the same people they gave money to build Enugu Onitsha Expressway, they pocketed it. Are they the ones going to go to Abuja to represent you? I'm asking you. Are they the ones who are going to go to Abuja to represent you? These criminals? Yeah. Oh. We did not die. IPOB family members did not die for one Nigeria. My mom and my dad were not killed because of one Nigeria. They died because of Biafra. And that's what we're heading to. Not tomorrow now people start saying, oh, they don't want to cooperate, they don't want to be with us. I am telling them now, we are not interested in your one zoo. We put up a challenge to you. Conduct a place beside. We don't need government intervention. Conduct a place beside and ask our people what they want. The time has come and gone when you do whatever you like. It is no longer going to happen. That I can assure you. We are not interested in your presidency. We did not die for one Nigeria zoo presidency. Some people are now making the same mistakes that Azikiwe made. This was the same mistakes Azikiwe made. Mbono Jike was warning him. He did not listen. Look at where we are today. He has been taken over by Fulani. According to ADF, Ali Igbo Development Foundation, 400 of our villages have been taken over by the Fulani Janjaweed. If you don't know, let me tell you. And some of you are busy yapping your rubbish on social media. 400 villages taken over. And I'm sure all of you are waiting for IPOB to give command to drive them away, which we will very soon. I know that's what you're waiting for. And then some of you will say we are terrorists. But we are waiting for you. We're waiting for you. And in the same vein, Boko Haram, I want to ask Ohanese and those who are clamoring for Igbo presidency. Is it the same presidency that a Fulani cabal is holding now, and they cannot contain the insecurity in the zoo? So you think that once an Igbo man is in Aso Rock, ISIS will stop being active? Boko Haram will disappear overnight. Is that what you're telling me? And overnight, Ansaru will go. And overnight, Fulani terrorists, Miet Yala will disappear. Is that what you're trying? And Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb will just disappear. And bandits will not be able to be found. These are the people that made life difficult for Jonathan. You must also understand that the zoo, Nigeria, is seen as an Islamic country. If you are not a Muslim and you are in Asorok, they will make your life a living hell. Your presidency will be a failure. I don't want us to make this mistake. I want to appeal to their common sense, their conscience, and their reason, if at all, they possess one. Which zoo are you going to salvage? I'm asking. They say an Igbo man will salvage Nigeria. I'm asking them how. Is Jonathan a foreigner? Is Jonathan not an Igbo man? Good luck, Bele Jonathan is not an Igbo man. He's not a Biafran. Did he succeed? Despite his best intentions, he was a very good man. Did they allow him to succeed? Are you not the same people that connive with Fulani terrorists in uniform to bring Operation Python that's now telling us about presidency? So you think those that if you can kill IPOB when you are just ordinary errand boys for the caliphate, imagine what you will do when you are there. You will try to impress them. And by trying to impress the Fulani, I'm telling you, you come and you massacre all of us overnight. Nothing like zoo presidency. We want Biafra. If no Biafra, nothing else. We don't want anything else, only Biafra. There you will not steal and loot. You are clamoring for presidency. And you are the same people in Imo State giving our land to Fulani. The same people in Ebonyi State giving our land to Fulani, doing interfaith dialogue. Hey, if you're president, it is over now for us now. Fulani will tell you, oh, we want to build a Fulani village in Ungwa. You say, oh, please go ahead. I'm the president. I am one Nigeria. I want to prove to them that I'm not a tribalist. That's what you will do. And we will be in even more mess. We don't need your zoo presidency. We don't need it. The same people selling land in Imo State. Did the Okorocha sell our land to Fulani people in Imo State? Are they not the people you're going to bring out as president? Huh? You sold our land to Fulani in Imo State. And you want to be president of Nigeria. Oh, what are we going to do? It will not work. Oh? So you sell out, you finish us then. You will never learn. Go and read what Mazi Nnamdi told Azikiwe. Go and read and learn from history. Everything that is happening now, Mazi Nnamdi told Azikiwe. Mazi Nnamdi told Azikiwe, leave Ahmadu Bello alone. Leave Tafawa Balewa alone. Let's go home. Let us go home and develop. And Zik said, no. He's one Nigeria. One big Nigeria he never conquered. And he wanted to be an emperor. Look at the mess we are in today. They told him, he said, no, one Nigeria. Look at where we are today. It cost him his life. Now that Chukwuka Biama has brought IPOB to lead us out of this mess, you want to take us back into presidency. So if you get it for 4 years and then what happens? Then we'll be in bondage for another 200 years? People must reason, please. They must be able to reason. And those selling our land in Imo State, of course, they know they are mistaken. We want all of them, these land sellers and criminals who stole the money meant for our infrastructure, for our roads. Please take your 2023 presidency nonsense elsewhere. We Biafrans, we are in the majority. We reject it in total, completely, totally. We don't want it. Take your rubbish elsewhere. Was President Jonathan not a president and commander-in-chief for 6 years? What happened to Niger Delta after 6 years of Jonathan being there? What happened to so-called Niger Delta? I said, what happened? Can you not see NDDC? Their budget is 81 billion. One Fulani woman is spending 850 billion on nonsense. What is going to change? When you people were there as governors, what did you do? What did you do that we're going to send you to go to Abuja to be president? Oh, please, give us a break. Give us a break. How can these pseudo-intellectuals think that Fulani Janjaweed terrorists will relinquish their stranglehold on the legislature and judiciary? They will use the legislature to make your life hell as an Igbo president if you don't know. The judiciary is there. They will be dragging you all over the place. Your so-called useless Igbo presidency will be crippled overnight. Don't you know that? They hate you naturally. They started killing you since 1945, in case you don't have any brain. Since 1945, they started killing you till today. Are they going to stop? Even when Ironsi was there, they were killing you. When Azikiwe was the governor general, they were killing you. Don't you know that? So what is going to change? Nothing, of course, is going to change. If this is your beloved zoo with all this corruption and mayhem and anarchy, a supposedly Fulani oligarchy with their control over everything cannot govern the zoo. How about you? That is Nyamere. What are you going to do there? That they will support you. Some of you never learn. You will never ever learn. Never ever learn. This zoo is in a mess, and we are helping to collapse it because somebody quite rightly pointed out that I'm telling those in Zamfara, Igbo traders in Zamfara. The governor is congratulating you, saying thank you for staying. A governor in the country you claim is your own is congratulating you for staying in a state where they're killing you. Anyway, Nigeria is fast, Nigeria, let me correct name, Niger area. Niger area is fast becoming a strategic failure and irrelevant to the world. Have you forgotten that very story? It is there. It is there, still there. It was published last year, 24th of August. And when they said, oh no, it's a lie. It can never happen. Is the zoo not a failure today? Is Somalia not better than the zoo today? As I told them, give me Biafra or else Somalia will be better than the zoo, Nigeria. Is Somalia not peaceful, more peaceful today than Nigeria? In Somalia, are they paying bandits so they can sleep at night? But in the state of the man you claim is your president, they are paying bandits. That tells you all you need to know. And that brings us very close, ever closer to the end of the program today. But I have a few announcements to make, very, very important, please. I am directing from this very evening that the Nigeria Community Germany Football Club, if you know it, those of you in Hamburg, you know this. We collapsed it. Because nothing like, and I'm also telling our people tonight, I don't want to hear about any Nigeria association anywhere again. I want Biafrans to remove themselves from every Nigeria association anywhere in the world. You are either in IPOB or you are in your local meeting. Be it Bende, be it Arojuku, be it Anang meeting, be it BBO meeting, be it his own meeting, be it Igede meeting. I don't want to hear that any Biafran is attending any useless Nigerian meeting anywhere in the world. We don't want them. Because Nigeria is gone. Niger area is gone. Therefore, I am directing that the previous Nigerian Community Germany Football Club in Hamburg be renamed from tonight IPOB Football Club, IPOB FC in Hamburg. IPOB FC in Hamburg is the new name. No longer Nigerian Community Germany Football Club. Rubbish is gone. I am also glad that this very formidable family of IPOB in Hamburg especially have successfully collapsed the Nigerian community nonsense meeting in Hamburg. I expect the same thing to happen all over the world. What we are going to have is IPOB, Oduduwa people, because of this newfound alliance. You can join Igbo meetings if you like. Efik, Urobo, Igede, Idoma, Egala, Izon, Ibibio, Anang, Efik, Ishekiri, Ekomo, any group at all, but not Nigeria. Anything with the name Nigeria in it, no Biafran should be in it. Because the zoo is gone. It is gone, completely gone. Our move now is to collapse everything to do with the zoo all over the world. Anywhere you see anything to do with Nigeria, Niger area, make sure you undermine it. Don't attend the association meetings, anything to do with Nigeria, because those at the helm of affairs are only there to basically to help politicians to loot money, to help them to buy houses, and then to await their own turn to go and loot. That's all they're good for. And you see them speaking grammar from morning till night. And that won't even make NEPA to bring the light. Never. You're still in darkness. Still using your I better pass my neighbor tiny generator to making noise all over the place. We are going to collapse everything to do with the zoo. Do not join their association anywhere in the world. We have done so in Hamburg, in Germany. We have collapsed it because we have a structure. In Hamburg, we have a coordinator, Collins, and we have other unit coordinators working under him. That is how formidable we are. Where is this structure? But they don't have a structure. Hey! Dear me. Anywhere you see nigger area group or association in the world, collapse it. If you're a Biafran and you are in any nigger movement anywhere in the world, you are an impediment to our progress. You are an enemy of the people. And you're the child of a slave. And you will die a slave in turn. As simple as that. I have warned repeatedly that coordinators should not have anything to do with the finances. I've said that time and time again. I got some reports from Enugu and I will ask our sister to address it in our subsequent broadcasts. I don't want anybody associated with anything to do with finance. I also got a report from Kanu that somebody wanted to... We found a woman who should be our financial secretary, and the previous one, who is a man, said no. In Kanu, we'll find his name and he will be expelled from the movement because our orders are being given only once. I give an order only once. If you don't obey it, we will expel you. As we expel you, the highest thing you can do is you can open four fake Facebook accounts and be talking rubbish. After a while, nobody will know who you are. Your name will be forgotten. As simple as that. That's all. You must obey. Any order given is for the benefit of the movement. I said no coordinator should have anything to do with finance. And secondly, I don't want any man being a financial secretary or treasurer. I don't want. It has to be our mothers, our women. As simple as that. As simple as that. And I was hoping to announce our inquiry lines. I was hoping to announce our inquiry lines today because for some reason, some people may have forgotten. They may have forgotten, but I'm going to announce our inquiry lines again. It's only WhatsApp and only text or calls only, please, not video call. WhatsApp only. Please write the name down, and Amaka, if you may, please try and post our inquiry lines once again. These are the lines for IPOB strategic operations. Through this line, we have recruited a lot of people. Scientists, the very best brains that we have. They have contacted us and they are now doing various work for IPOB all over the world. Therefore, please take down these numbers, please. These are the numbers to call if you have any help to render, if you have any advice to give, if you have any suggestions to make. These are the numbers to call. +61 434 294 745. I repeat, +61 434 294 745. There's another number as well, +614 7848 9664. I repeat, +614 7848 9664. Then there are other 2 numbers as well, please. There are 4 numbers in total. I've given you 2, remaining 2. +44 is a UK line. +44 7459139001. I repeat, +44 7459139001. There's another number, the last one but not the least, +44 744 023 8814. I repeat, +44 744 023 8814. And that brings us to the end of the program this very day. I won't take your calls, but on Friday morning, I assure you, I'm not going to have any program. 7 a.m. in the morning will be live on Friday, and then I will be able to take your calls. I thank all of you very much for listening. Everything I say to you is out of love and compassion and not out of hatred, because I want all of you to be free. I want all of us to be free, to lead very decent, honorable, and humble lives, please. Under freedom, be it in Oduduwa, be it in Biafra, be it in Middle Belt, be it even in Hausa land. I just want people to be free, and I want us to be able to reason properly, because if we fail to reason properly, then we are doomed. What we have witnessed for the past 300 years will continue, and we don't want this type of very miserable existence for our children. Even if we hate ourselves, we cannot afford to hate our children. We must build something better for them. Therefore, I thank you all very much for listening this very evening, and as always, do not forget why we are here. It is to restore Biafra, but very critically also is to do so under the guidance of the Most High Elohim. That is why we proclaim unequivocally that Biafra is our religion. Here on radio, Biafra is where we worship, because Elohim is our God. From me, from here, and with every love in my heart, it is good evening.
Digital satellite, 24 hours a day. This is the largest indigenous broadcaster, Radio Biafra, the first, the best, and the last.
Stop.
Ife di Jerica, abia n'ekike.